Welcome to another DragonLance Saga gaming episode. Today is session 8 of our Dungeons & Dragons 2024 Tyranny of Dragons actual play. It is Braca Fleur Green the 10th. I hope that's right. My name is Adam. I would like to take a moment and thank the DL Saga members and invite you to consider becoming a member by visiting the link in the description below. You can also pick up Dragonlance gaming materials by using my affiliate links, also in the description below. Each of these Dragonlance gaming episodes double as fundraisers for nonprofit organizations that support our service members on active duty or veterans who no longer serve. All donations go directly to those organizations. So we have a smaller crew with us today. So we're going to do a one-shot. Kuo-toa Reclamation. As the heroes find themselves crawling through the Cult of the Dragon's dragon hatchery, Elowyn, Boros, and Lehi are reminded of their first adventure together many years before in the Lord's city of Palanthas, in an event that grew into the local legend of the Kuo-toa Reclamation. It is autumn. It is well past midnight. The sun is nowhere near coming up, however, as the cold, bitter wind and fog-shrouded streets of Palanthas echo throughout the night as you're walking down the Horizon Road, Elowyn. You have just returned, or you're actually leaving and returning to the Temple of Paladine for further instruction in your religion. You were leaving this elder woman's house. She had just lost her husband, and she's pretty beside herself, understandably. You took it upon yourself to do as much as you could to calm her and just be there with her as just a presence of support. It was a long afternoon, and you are absolutely exhausted. And as you're walking down Horizon Road, getting ready to turn toward the Temple of Paladine, knowing you have a little close to a quarter of a mile before you can rest your head in your soft goose down pillow, you hear the echoing of your footsteps. You hear some cough in the distance, and a cat screeches in the middle of the darkness in the fog-shrouded streets. You don't see any other people at all. Solinary is barely even in the sky, slivers of silver light kissing the tops of the roofs above the fog line. Lunatari is casting its deep crimson glow as it is completely full in the sky, shrouding the fog in this red hue, so it almost looks like mist made of blood. Very eerie, a little bit terrifying when you realize that you are feeling completely isolated and alone in a town of tens of thousands, if not more. Lehi, you're enjoying this bitter, chill evening. Walking through the fog is very much like dancing through clouds. And as you're just skipping along, you accidentally trip over a cat which screeches in the night and goes scurrying off. You didn't see it. It wasn't your fault. And then something hits your nose, almost like a mallet, the smell of fresh blueberry pie. And as you start following your nose toward the source of this smell, you see a door in front of you, and that has a lock on it. As many Kender, you see this as a challenge almost, because doors should never have locks on them. Doors are meant to be opened and closed, not locked. So almost without even thinking, you pull out your lock picks and you open up the door, and it creaks open a little bit. Elowyn, you hear this sort of creaking that just puts your spine, like someone raked their nail up your spine, just puts your hair on end as this creaking sound sort of breaks through the night. As you, Lehi, enter, the entire room is just filled with that fresh baked pie smell, and you just start walking toward it. It's completely dark. Whomever lives here must have left it out for visitors because there's no one else here to eat it. It's the only logical choice, I think. So you go up to the table. I don't know. Do you sit down or do you stand, or how do you enjoy your pie?
If the table is at face height when I'm standing, I'll just eat it like a dog right out of the pan.
Nom nom nom. Okay. And then Boros, you have been playing arguably to date your best set, as you've been a resident at the Blue Crab Claw Tavern on Horizon Road. You've killed the entire room. Everyone was having a great time dancing and laughing and singing. But about an hour and a half ago, the bartender told you to wrap up your session, and he was kicking everyone out. All the locals were stumbling out with their dates or buddies, and you were sort of wrapping up, putting all your stuff away. And by the time you're actually able to get out, it's completely dark. And as you step out, or almost pushed out of the tavern by the barkeep who really wants to shut up for the night and go to bed, you hear the screech of this cat in an alley. You sort of turn your head, and from the dim light of the tavern that you were just in, reeking of alcohol and strong stew, now it's fish that pervades the smell, the aroma of the night, and is completely shrouded in this crimson fog. It's almost like you stepped into a nightmare for a brief moment, and you hear this coming from somewhere off to your left down the street. And it's just silent. You can hear yourself breathing, and you can hear the clanging of ropes and rigging against sails off in the distance, because you're really not that far from the harbor itself of Planthus, the Bay of Branchala. And the fish smell is really powerful for you right now, and it's almost making you a little bit sick. It sort of takes you back to the early days of your youth, when your mother was on the run with you, and you had to survive off of trying to live off the ocean or the land, and you consumed a lot of sushi as a young man, and it never really set right with you ever since. And that's when you start hearing this, and the pace starts picking up. Can I get a perception check from Elowyn and Boros, please?
Yup. Perception. There you are.
Elowyn got a 10?
15.
15. All right. So, Elowyn, you hear this sort of like step draw sound, but you're not sure in the fog of the night where it's coming from or what it is. Boros, when you're hearing this, you're starting to get a direction, and it's coming from your left, and it's rapidly approaching, though you don't see anything through this fog. And it's almost like the billowing cloud in front of you just sort of bursts out, and you see the swirling fog moving all around you as something just zipped right past you. And you hear this heavy breathing as it just moves past you, and then it sound sort of disappears further up to where you heard that creaking sound earlier. What do you do?
In all good horror film and series and novels, go the other way.
You're going to go the other way? Okay. So thanks for joining us for tonight. Take care as you wander the opposite direction into the night.
But in all actuality, Boros is actually a very curious person, so
as you start to like
stupidly head towards it.
Yeah, as you start to step down the steps and you start turning the opposite direction, you're just like, but what was that? And curiosity gets the better of you as you turn around and you start slowly walking toward it, just curious about what it was exactly. And that's when you start hearing a larger group of the same sound coming from right behind you in the mist. Elowyn, You heard this sound and it started getting closer and closer, but you can't tell. The sound is echoing off of the buildings around you, and in this red mist, this fog, you can't catch a direction, and you're just kicking yourself for not having left the old lady's house earlier, so you could have like just walked home in the at least twilight of the night rather than stark darkness. I mean, not even your dark vision is helping much in this fog. As you start to move forward, it gets really loud, oppressively loud, almost as if it's like right in front of you. And then you hear this kicking sound as if a door is slammed open and hits the wall that it pushed open. Lehi, as you're enjoying this delicious blueberry pie, your fingers are all sticky and you're just cleaning them up. This figure bursts in through the door that you didn't quite close all the way as you opened it and slipped inside. And you hear from up above you, a layer up above you, honey, what was that? What was that? What? And then you see this hooded and cloaked figure with this bundle under its arms, and it's about your height, but really thick in bulk. And it's the cloak itself looks like it's sort of mildewy and sort of damp and soaking in some places, and the scent of fish hits you really hard, cutting right through that blueberry pie smell that is still pervasive in the room. And it busts up next to the table, knocking it over. Can I get a dexterity check, please? So the pie flies up and smacks into your chest, and you're not sure if you really care because this is just like more pie for you, maybe to go or something. What do you do with this thing that just busted in?
And it's going in with a thing or leaving with a thing?
It had something under its arms as it crashed into the table and sort of crashed onto the floor, knocking the table over and the pie onto you.
I want that thing.
You want that thing? So what do you do?
I'm going to try to grab its thing. I want to try to grab it, see what it has.
Okay. This is a PG-13 stream. There's no grabbing of anyone's thing.
It's package. No, it's object
That's not
that it has
better.
in its hands.
Oh, okay. Well,
I want to steal from it.
right. All right. So are you going to use any skills? Or are you just going to try to reach out and grab it?
Well, let me see. Acrobatics, I could try to do it fancy. Sleight of hand +2. Let's do that. Sleight of hand.
Give me a roll.
Yeah. Here we go. No, I don't have it.
So you reach out, you get your hands around it, and it's slimy, and it's wet, and it's damp, and you feel this sort of viscous goo come through the fabric of whatever it is, and whatever it is alive. And just out of habit, your hands just sort of snap back a second. You're just like, ugh, wondering if this is the blueberry on your fingers or if it's something from the actual thing. As the pie tin slides off your chest and clang, clang, clangs on the floor. Elowyn, you hear that massive bash sound, and then inside this space in front of you through the clouds, you actually see the front of a cottage in front of you, but you hear this sort of crash inside, echoing from the floor above. You hear this woman screech, "Oh, what was that?" And this other voice sort of, "What's going on?" Boros, as you're slowly walking up and you hear these other presences behind you, what do you do? You're muted.
The lovely mute button has baffled me again.
So what
do I know who's behind me or no?
No, it sounds very similar to what just passed you, whatever that was. It's not standing behind you, it's approaching from behind you. And it's a number of whatever it is.
And did I see or hear what building the...
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
that?
You
What's going
didn't
on?
see where it broke in, but you heard it crash right in front of you to your right.
Well, that's probably not a good scenario. He's probably going to run over there and make sure everyone is okay.
So you start running toward that cottage. Elowyn, you're right in front of it. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to find a place to kind of hide or be less
Okay, give me a perception
visible,
check.
less in the way.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see through the fog, but you might be able to find something. All right, you definitely find something. So you find a series of crates right in an alley that's right next to where all of the cacophony of noises is coming from. And you sort of like go up to it and duck to the side. As another form, you hear the footsteps racing toward the cottage, right toward you. You have no idea who it is, what's going on. I'm going to move to... Now, pretend it is nighttime. So, Boros, you're moving toward the front door. Elowyn, you have moved behind some like crates next to the wall. And inside, Lehigh, I don't know if you guys can see where you are here. You can actually see that this creature all wrapped up is sort of breathing ragged. Give me a perception check, please.
Me?
14?
I'm sorry, no, Lehigh. So, Lehigh, you start seeing this liquid leaking out from underneath this thing. And the closer your eyes start to focus on it in the darkness, it's actually blood. And this thing isn't moving. All it's doing is making this sort of... And as you had... I'm going to move you slightly closer to it because you had tried to take something from it. As you had reached out and pulled your hand back, its hood lifts and sort of slides off, and it's like this big face of a fish. It very much looks like a half human, half fish hybrid that's just sitting there holding this bundle, and its big, glossy eyes sort of going in their own directions, tilts its head, and one of them focuses on you, and you can see it's clouding over, and it's clearly been in battle or something, because the cloak, it's not just leaking this sort of gooey viscous of like fish oil or something from its actual body, but there's also blood bleeding through its cloak, and it pushes the bundle into your hands, and it starts chattering off. What languages do you understand?
Common, Draconic, Druidic, Halfling.
So you're hearing... Boros, this is where you come in up to the door, and the fog is slowly leaking into the open door, but it's not actually gone into the room. Do you have like night vision or anything like that?
I do.
Okay. So inside, you see a Kender covered in blueberry looking down at what can only be described as a fishman who is bleeding on the ground, pushing some sort of bundle toward the Kender. What do you do?
Did I hear any of that, what was mentioned? Or
You heard the... And it's ragged breathing and very, very weak.
okay.
What languages do you
Noticing
speak?
how Common, Elvish, and Infernal.
Okay. Yeah, you don't understand.
Or Demon.
Well, nobody speaks catfish, okay? I don't know if that's even on the option.
Had I known it was an option, I would have chosen it.
Hold on. Yeah, what language is option?
So, Boros, what do you do?
Seeing how it's not actively trying to moide Lehigh.
You don't know Lehigh, by the way.
This could be a
Oh, this-
bomb.
Oh, this is the past.
You don't know anything about fish weaponry. This could be a grenade. Could be handing me a grenade.
That's true. Could be a thermal
I don't
detonator
know.
for Star Wars
It could be a
nerds.
mini nuke, a warhead.
So what do you do? What do you do?
This fish could carjack someone.
I'm gonna ask if everything's okay in here.
So this
Because
I see
massively
one
tall
person-
figure. How tall are you?
6. Hold on, background 7 foot.
So this massive figure like ducks his head, walks in, and just asks, "Is everything okay in here?"
I'm
What?
still outside.
Oh, okay. So from outside, you see the shadow of this large figure asking.
I'm gonna crouch down so that they can see my face.
So Lehigh, you see a demon standing in front of you in the doorway with horns and everything.
Yeah. It's an exciting day. Um, I'm okay. I don't know about everything else going on though. Come in. Come add to this. Get in here.
So Elowyn, you start to hear this common speech of "I'm okay" as another large sort of dark shape at this point asks if everything's okay inside as it sort of ducks its head down and looks into the room. What do you do?
I'm gonna be cautious and observe, but I'm also curious.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Can I too to perceive her through the wall? Perceiving us?
A double perception.
Perception.
15.
Perception inception.
Oh no. Elowyn, you actually are hearing that sort of stumbling, dragging sound coming from down the alleyway behind you, in front of you, and off to the right of you. It's like there's other things moving in.
Okay.
Do you want to hold tight where you are?
Yeah, I don't want to do anything until I feel like I have more information.
Are you going to try to
I'm just
hide, or are
gonna-
you just going to
Yeah.
just
Well,
duck
aren't
down?
I already hiding?
Well, you ducked behind something, but that's not the technical hide thing.
Okay. Yes, I would like to try to hide.
All right, go ahead and give me a hide
Good
check.
Big face, sneaky beaky.
Roll what?
Is there hide?
Stealth.
Stealth? Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Oh,
You're
not a good one for me, but
Yeah, you accidentally bang something against the wall inside Lehigh and Boros. You guys hear something slam against the outside wall, and you know instantly, Elowyn, that you just alerted some things as they start to get closer, as the audio starts to get louder and louder. Lehigh, inside, you start to hear scuttering from upstairs as if someone is moving around. And then this creature sort of like latches onto your hand, and you see him like pull these sort of long, netted fingered hand with long claws coming off of it, very, very creepy. And he sort of scratches your arm in like 3 little thin shapes, and he starts speaking this broken common.
Can I get the subtitles?
Navy lads, cave off coast, take prince to the king. And Boros, you pick up the same broken common as you start to hear scuttling from above becoming more active. And Boros, give me a perception check.
perception.
You
Boop.
already heard the banging on the outside of the building, and you
Oh,
knew
21.
that these other. Thank you very much, Robin. We appreciate that. The banging from the outside. I'm sorry. The sort of scurrying and rushing coming from the darkness, moving toward, and then it's getting closer and closer. Now it seems like something is right on the other side of the room. This thing is clearly hurt. It's clearly giving Lehigh some sort of package and directions. What do you do?
Just to confirm, summarize, he said, bring Prince King.
He said something about bring a prince to a king in a cave off of the Navy Yards harbor.
Navy Yards Harbor.
You guys know in Palanthas, let me actually show you the map really quick just for context. So the Navy Yards is right up here. You guys are on Horizon Road right about here. Can you see on the map?
Yep.
So
Top
Navy
left.
Yards, where you are.
So it's about 2.5 blocks away.
So you're hearing
Almost.
stuff approaching.
Friend?
Like there's some sort of, you should be feeling a bit frantic. I need to know what you're going to do.
Prince King to Navy Yard Harbor Cave. Right?
Very clear. Yeah.
Close?
Close.
Did I get that close?
Yeah.
I honestly could have a hard time hearing y'all.
Good enough.
You should be able to
Right.
click our images in Discord and the little ellipsis. Click that and raise our volume for you.
So
Okay.
on our
Well,
little names
some of us
underneath
are louder than
the
others.
channel that we're in, you could right click each person's name and slide our volume.
Yeah. So if
I
someone's
see
too
it, I
loud,
see it.
you
That's
can
so smart. Thank you so
pot them
much.
down. All right. So we're trying a new video whole process. Everyone watching, just sort of fourth wall breaking here. So we're hoping that this is going to end up working for the future because Skype is no longer a thing, and that's what I used. All right. So Boros, what is it you're going to do?
Well, how this tiny person said, "Come on in," I'm going to come on in while looking over at this corner in confusion.
Okay. So as you
And
walk in,
as I crouch walk in.
you see blood like pooling on the floor beneath this creature in this cloak, this sort of half fish man, and he gives out this last gasp, "Prince, you'll survive." And he just sort of goes limp, and his body just sort of sinks down a little bit as the oxygen leaves his body. And that's when the stench hits you. The fish poop spills out of its butt as it loses its bowels, and the funk of not just the dead fish, but also the dead fish excrement and all the coppery, irony tinge of blood starts filling the air. And for some insane reason, you're getting hit with the smell of blueberry out of nowhere. Elowyn.
Did it eat pie too?
Elowyn, so you had banged against the wall,
And
and you can start to see shapes moving toward you from the north and the south. What do you want to do?
I would like to try to hide again, but in a different area.
All right, move to
Like
where you want to
maybe-
move, and give me a stealth check.
Let me check my distance. Oh, okay, 30. Okay. I can move twice if I dash, or twice my distance.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to stealth.
Oh,
So
okay.
stealth would be your action if you want to do that.
All right. So, because my distance, I would move back over to here and try to hide.
So give me a stealth check, please. I mean, as far as you know, you're doing a good job because you didn't bang against the wall of the building or anything this time. You're like grabbing like planks of wood and sort of like hiding behind them.
Now
And
can
with
I
the
perceive
fog,
her?
that might be good enough. You never know.
Oh no.
What's that?
Can I
Leon?
roll to hear her?
Give me a perception
Actually, I
check.
do. Yes. That's my +5. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? 7.
With all of
No.
the kerfuffle coming up above you and all of what's happened instantly, in this room, you're just not paying attention to anything else right now. There's just too much
It heard me
happening.
say that it's a +5, which is like one of my best skills, and it's like, oh really? Well, dice can still roll low, dummy.
It was insulting you directly.
It was. I'm changing those dice. I heard it.
Dice gel.
Kill the dice. All right, let's get in an encounter. I'm going to just I should be able to like grab everyone right and add you. Oh, jeez.
I thought you said this was a PG-13 show. Now you're grabbing all of us?
Hey now.
You're a rock star. Get your game on. Go play.
All right, so I'm going to ungroup those guys, and we're going to go ahead and roll initiative. That's probably a good choice, Robin.
9.
Well, at least I just burnt a nat 1 crit fail on my initial. That's fine.
You're a bit stunned and shocked. All right, so first up is the Kuo-toa, who is moving through the fog of the darkness of night. Elowyn, you actually see this large form come shambling up to where you were, and it's almost as if it's like trying to like examine the space that you were a second ago, like looking around. All you really see is this hood and this cloaked thick figure as it's sort of looking around, and then it moves on past you into the darkness, and you hear this sort of guttural and it sort of responded to next is B. He's going to move forward, and they're sort of talking with each other. C is going to come up to this door, and Boros, right behind you, you hear this sort of sliding sound as like stumbling, sliding, walking toward the door, and you see in the frame of the door this bulky, massive figure and this spear in its hands just like going twice its height, level down as it's peering into the darkness of this house. And let's see, Boros, what do you do?
Does it look like it has hostile intent?
I mean, based on what I described, that's totally up to you.
I'm just going to close the door on it. Just
okay. So you just
I'm
reach
just
over,
going to
just
lean up against the door.
close the door, and it just shuts right in front of you. You're like, that should be fine. That's fine. That'll be good.
And I'm just going to lean up against the door.
Okay. Elowyn, so you're hiding. You saw this figure move past you. You can hear them not far away from you at all through this fog, but you're really isolated and alone right here.
Yeah, I don't know anybody right now, so
You should be considering how many more out here are there. You might have to stealth your way all the way back to the Temple of Paladine if you can survive that long.
Right now, I'm afraid if I move at all, I'm gonna draw attention to myself.
Right. So you're just gonna stay put?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm not confident in that, but
All right, Lehigh, what are you gonna do?
Anybody, so.
I would like to. Let's see.
So you have this bundle that was thrust in your
Yeah.
arms.
Can I roll nature to see if I can figure out what this is?
Yeah. I mean, with the bundle, it's clearly alive. It's clearly moving and it's wrapped up. On it, you see this seal of what looks like scales in some sort of strange pattern you're not familiar with. There's even like octopus tentacles sort of wrapping around the scales. You're not familiar with what that means, but you sort of open up the bundle, and in your hands is this baby fish person. It looks like a tiny version of what just died in front of you.
Oh, and it doesn't look like it needs like water. This is
its lids sort of roll up, and it doesn't even really have eyelids. Its pupil sort of rolls up, and this film sort of is covering it, and its pupils just sort of get large as it stares at you, and it just screams right in your face, and you just get a face full of fish smell.
All right. Can I wild shape into one of those fish things?
I don't think you. I mean, what's the CR limit? You might be able to.
I'm looking right. No, as soon as I can remember how to find that. extras, probably, right? What's it called?
It's called a Kuo-toa.
Kuo-toa. Okay, am I 2014 or 2024?
2024.
Can you spell it for me right quick?
KUO dash. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, KUO dash TOA. What CR are you able to change into?
That's a better way to. I can't find it in my extras right now, so let me look right here. Wild shape. Max CR form is 1.
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna do that. I want
So-
to turn into like a motherly looking one of those.
Like a big breasted one, or what's a motherly
Like
looking fish?
yeah. Yeah, like you know how Pixar draws moms?
All right. Yeah,
Like that.
big hips. All right, so Boros, you're leaning against the wall, and this Kender, it just whispers something in some strange tongue and instantly changes into this big fish as this tiny little fish in her hands starts screaming at it, and it immediately stops screaming. It's just and you're just staring at another one of these fish people. They've just taken over the city of Palanthus, apparently. All right, so Lehigh, anything else on your turn?
What did I just watch?
I'm gonna look at the demon real quick and say, "Welcome to the Thunderdome." That's all.
Okay.
I want to scare him a little bit. I
Need my
want him to
tinfoil
know what
hat.
he's in for. I mean, we know he stays around canonically, so I can do whatever I want, and Boros has to be my friend.
I'm sure that's how it works. 100%. He has to.
Is that how friend making nowadays is?
All right, so
They have to be
Kuo-toa A
friends.
is looking around and it
Just
spots
force them.
Elowyn and starts moving toward it. Her. It doesn't know it's a her. And you see this Elowyn, it comes through the fog with this big long spear, and as soon as it gets close to you, jabs the spear at you. What's your armor class, please?
15.
So you bring the wood panel that you're sort of hiding behind up and deflect the spear above you as it breaks, and it doesn't break, it sort of clatters off of the stone wall that you're leaning up against behind the wooden pile. The second Kuo-toa moves in after him, comes up next to you. He's going to try to stab you with his spear. $18 to hit. You take 5 damage as it rakes across your shoulder, and you just feel this slice, and a little bit of like liquid comes off with it as well, as if these things are coated with some sort of funk or something. But now you have these 2 figures standing over you as you've got a plank in your hands as your only sort of shield in this moment. This C is going to attack and try to batter down the door. We're going to do opposing strength checks, Boros. So give me a strength check.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of figured that much. Yeah.
Well, ties
think
go
3.
to the heroes. So you feel the door be hit really
also
hard
got
from the
a-
outside. He got a 3 too. And you like stumble forward and immediately push yourself back on the door. It almost comes in, then you slam it shut right in front of its face again. And that's when you see a commoner dressed in a nightcap and a robe, and he's got like this vase upside down. There's still like a flower stem hanging off of the upside down portion of it, not quite wanting to fall out for some reason. He's like, "What are you doing in my home? What is this?"
So, we could explain. It's not what it looks like. We're not thieves. I could promise you that.
My pie!
Uh, I have nothing to do with that. I promise you.
There's a fish person covered in blueberry.
Boros, what do you do on your turn?
We heard, at least I heard noises. That was a person. Then they just kind of into that.
Not a person.
There's
Kender, cooler.
multiple, or what I assume multiple of that
You
outside,
definitely heard that.
and I'm pretty sure I heard someone scream, pointing in that direction, where Elowyn is. And I came here to make sure everyone was okay because I heard screaming and what was that, etc., etc.
So are you just monologuing, or what are you going to do?
I'm just explaining to him.
Okay, he's just, what? But my home, my table. Why did you break my table? Why are there fish in my house? What is you? You're a demon! Oh my lord! Oh Habbakuk, save me! You see, he's like slowly backs up toward the stairs that he had come down. Elowyn, you're up. You have these two large figures in front of you.
Okay. See. That's one creature. All right. So they've already attacked me, so
Yeah.
I know that they mean harm. So I'm going to. Which one attacked me? Which one?
They
did
both
damage?
attacked you.
Oh,
The one that actually
Which one
cut
hit
you
me?
was the one that's south of the other one, B.
okay. I'm gonna Sacred Flame.
Okay, is that a ranged attack? I know it's a spell, but it's considered a ranged attack? Because that means in melee you would have disadvantage to cast it.
This range area 60 feet.
Yeah, so it's a range. So a ranged attack you have disadvantage on casting it, so go ahead and roll, but roll with disadvantage.
Oh, it's a Dex 14 save.
Oh, okay. So it's not a cast or anything. It's just it happens and they have to react. So B is a dex save of 14. He rolled a 14. So you call out to Mishakal. What's the spell word to use?
Mishakal, protect us with your light. Oh,
And breaking through the night fog, pushing the fog out on either side before you even see this light come down and strike the ground. But this fish creature is so dexterous it slides to the side and completely misses this emanating powerful strike as the fog just sort of swoops back in the vacuum of the light. Anything else you want to do? Come on, we're in combat. We gotta go quick.
Yeah. So, am I close enough to have heard what Boros was saying?
Give me a perception check. It's unlikely that you're going to hear anything while you're in combat because you're clearly paying attention to what's right in front of you attacking. No, you did not hear anything else. And yeah, the door's closed.
All right.
It's not unheard of to consider, though, that getting inside a building might be helpful when there's a bunch of creatures outside.
Yeah.
And you have
Do
no
I see
idea
a
that there's
door?
another creature.
Do I see a?
You
door
saw
here?
where it was when you were on the side of the house, but where you are right now, you cannot see the door. So you know where it is. You just can't actively see it this moment.
So I don't see another door.
Oh, no. You see the
Okay.
side of a brick, the stone wall you got your back to right now.
All right. Can I try to evade?
Well, you've already done
Well,
your
I guess I did
action.
an action, so yeah. All right. I think that's it.
All right, Lehigh, what you going to do? What's up, fish woman?
So this man, where is he on the map? Where did he come from?
We're going to say he came down right around here.
All right. Awesome. I want to step over this guy's body and run up to him.
Run up to him.
Uh,
He like stumbles back. Ah!
Well, I'm saying what I'm gonna say as I'm doing it. Would you
Alright.
like my words first or my actions?
Go ahead. I'm
I can do
sorry.
both. No. I'm gonna say, please, this child needs help. I don't know this area very well. Will you take me to safety and show me where I might find something on a map? I have a map, and I need you to maybe help me with that, please.
So just imagine his perception as you're like of this fish person charging toward him, another fish person dead, and a demon in the doorway.
Uh.
He's freaking out. This is like the
Yeah.
worst case scenario to be woken up to in the middle of the night. So he's stumbling
Child,
backward. He's like,
please.
I don't, help, city guard, help. He just starts screaming. Upstairs, you hear this high-pitched screaming, Henry, come up.
Please, I have a child.
Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yeah, I want to follow him. I just want to see what's back there now. If he's gonna run away from me,
He's
back
he's
there?
actually going upstairs, so you can go up the stairs if you'd like.
here I go. Oh,
Yeah, don't go too far. We're just gonna theater of the mind the upstairs.
into the shadow.
All right, so Kuo-toa A is gonna strike at Elowyn again. Strikes out 16. What's your armor class?
15.
It slashes you for 5 damage with its spear. Kuo-toa B is going to try to just jab you right through the heart and end this whole shenanigans right now. I don't think it'll be able to kill you, of course, in a one shot. With a 12 to hit, the first one stabbed you with the spear, it pushed you to the side. The second one's spear goes right where you were, not where you are, and sort of, again, clashes against the stone wall, bounces off a little bit. And then Kuo-toa C is going to try to bust in the door again. Give me a strength check, Boros, please.
No, it's home.
Yeah, you
15.
feel the door like bust against your body, but it doesn't actually open as much as it did before. And then you start hearing on the other side just like sort of calling this weird, slimy language behind the door. What do you do, Boros? You see the fish mother running after the dude in the nightcap up the stairs, covered in blueberries and babies.
Call me Fish Mother.
Fish mother.
It's my band name now.
So as I hear people actively dying outside, and no one's dying in here, I'm gonna go help the people dying outside. I'm going to open up the door and give Fish C a quick poison spray to the face.
Okay, is that a ranged attack?
It's a ranged attack.
Okay, so you are in melee, so go ahead and give me a disadvantage.
I just rolled once, I'll just roll again.
Okay.
12.
12 to hit. It does move to the side as the poison spray disappears into the red mist of the fog outside. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I'm pretty sure I don't have any other bonus actions. Nope.
All right, Elowyn,
That's my turn.
what you going to do? Come on, Elowyn, what you got?
I think she's muted.
I'm gonna. Okay, what would I need to roll if I want to try to? Right now, I don't know the people in the building, but right now I'm thinking that I'm not going to be any worse off if I try to run. Oh wait, there's somebody right outside the door. Never mind.
You can't see that.
Disengage.
Remember, this is shrouded in fog. You don't have the vision that far, so you only see the two creatures in front of you. And let's be honest, if you're being attacked in a city like Planthus, which is sort of currently under the control of the Dark Knights of Naraka, it's actually a relatively safe place. And you've never encountered these monsters before. This is something straight out of a horror movie for you. You know, you've lived this. You spent your entire day consoling a grieving widow. any help at this point would be welcomed in any rational person's mind. So it's not beyond the realm of believability that you would want to get indoors or get away from these creatures or go towards someone else.
Okay.
Do not provoke opportunity
Okay.
attack. It's disengage.
How do I do that?
It would be your action, and it just means you
Oh.
move half
You
your
just be
distance.
stating it.
Okay. So I'm
Is that what you want to do? You want to
I'm sorry.
disengage?
yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and move half your distance wherever you want to go to.
Okay. So I can only move 15 feet.
And remember, you
so
can't
that-
move through them, so you'd have to do 5 to the south, 5, diagonal to the south, 5 diagonal to the northeast. So that's 10 just to get on the other side of B, and then you can move 5 away from him.
5. And then can I go north 5 and then?
Well, you have all
East
that
10?
rubble there, so that would be difficult terrain.
Okay.
So that would be
All right.
even more challenging.
All right. So I
Climb the
think
wall,
I would
assert dominance.
end up around here.
So 5 to get directly south of him, 5 to get where you are, and you have 5 more.
5 and yeah. So 5 and then 10.
No.
5 down, 10 over. Or
No,
15
while
feet?
you're disengaging, you only have a total of 15, and there's no squares that you can see, but just understand, I'm going to move your character really quick. So
Okay.
to go diagonal is 5. To go diagonal again is 5. So that's 10. So you have 5 more you can move before you have your move action. So would you want to move somewhere else before you have your move action?
I'm just trying to move. My end goal is to get to the door. So just whatever gets me closer to
So
there.
then if I were you, I would go 5 to here, 10 to here, 15 to here. Now you have your full move action to move.
Okay. I can do both.
Yeah, because disengage is an action, and you get your action and you get
Action
your
and
move every turn.
Okay. All right. So now, let's see. 15 up here, and then
Thanks, Chris. We appreciate that, man.
15 here. So if I go 15 up, and 15 over, I should end up around here.
Okay. All right, Lehigh, what you gonna do? So when you're there, you see a figure in front of an open door, right, just not too far from you. Lehigh, what are you gonna do, fish mama?
All right. I have my little fish baby. It's crazy how often I just get children in this game.
It is weird.
This is the second time now. That's okay. I like it. It's fun. What do I see when I want to follow him up the stairs? Like, is it just
So
one
as you
big
go up the
room?
stairs after him, he's sort of like moving backwards. He falls on his back and he's crawling up slowly, and you're just slowly looming over him as you creep up the stairs, just right next to him as he's moving up. You see an old lady come up behind at the top of the stairs and reach down and grab him and start pulling him up as he's moving up. He's like, "Mother, it's gonna eat me! Help!" And she's like, "Oh, Henry! Oh, Henry!" As she helps pull him up the stairs, and you're just like moving up with this little baby.
Sweet. So they're running away.
Yeah. Well, they're
Cool.
they're
What kind of
drawing
stuff?
themselves back into their bedroom.
Okay. So, do you think they can get their beep together enough to listen to me, or are they going to be hysterical the whole time? Would you say?
It seems in this moment that they were woken up in the dead of sleep with intruders and their fish people coming at them. They're freaking out. So it's probably going to be a while, and a lot of calming them down and explaining things to maybe get them to start thinking rationally.
Well, heck, that's annoying. Okay, so I'm looking at these creatures, this creature that it's turned into, and it has otherworldly perception. Can I perceive in the fish part of my brain, Elowyn out there, or at least Elowyn's essence moving around?
See, I don't see an otherworldly perception. What are you talking about?
The Kuo-toa can sense the presence of any creature within 30 feet if
Oh, that's true sight. But yeah, you're 30 more than 30 feet away from Elowyn.
oh, well. Okay, well, I don't know what is going on around me. I know I was given a baby, and I know I need to get to the coast. I know there's a demon downstairs. You know what? I'm gonna go search the pockets of the one that died. If they're not gonna help me, they at least heard my pleas. I'm gonna go down and search this Kuo-toa. Kuo-toa?
Kuo-toa.
Kuo-toa.
Yeah.
I am one. I should know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, come on.
I'm sorry. I see something and I become it. Sometimes
is-
they don't tell you the names
That's
before
how it
they're.
works. Yeah, you just feel it. You don't know what it is. All right, give me an investigation real quick.
Alrighty.
As you're
Can
digging
do.
through the cloak and the slime and the blood and
Do we have heroic inspiration?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do it on this because I'm so sick of rolling poorly. It's a nat 2021.
wow, nicely
you.
done. All right.
Oh,
So
that
as
felt
you're
really
like
good.
siphoning through this, holding the baby in one hand like a football and sort of like rummaging through this dead fish corpse, you actually see on its neck is a symbol that matches the one that, like the brooch that's holding the baby's bundle together, the fish baby.
Mhm.
It matches that symbol. The scales with the tentacles of an octopus.
I found a clue. Okay. Do I find anything in his pocket? Do he has any gold or anything?
No, he actually doesn't have anything else except for the cloak and the necklace, and you now have his baby. Well, the baby he was
All right.
carrying.
Well, I take his cloak to fashion a
Oh, gross.
baby Bjorn. I'm gonna wear this baby because that is the best way to.
Okay. Well, hold on. You're gonna have
create
to
a
fashion that on your
relationship with
next
your
turn because you've
infant.
already moved and done your action. So you can.
I'm gonna plan it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so Kuo-toa A is going to move after Elowyn, charging forward and try to jab you in the back with his spear. Oh, Elowyn. Oh, duck. And you did! It slides right through the air. You're not even sure. You just felt a presence moving near you, but you didn't feel any like rush of air or anything. It's just still, because it's so foggy and you're just like frantically, I got to get away from these people. What the heck is going on? The second one moves forward as well. Let's see, what is that? So that's 23. Their speed is 30, so it's going to move up to you. And it's also going to attack with its spear. And this one slides and like cuts right into your sort of the love handle area. You take 5 damage. Boros, the Kuo-toa right in front of that door, attacks. You see that spear come jabbing out right at you. What's your armor class, Boros? Ooh, I don't think it matters. It rolled a 21 to hit. You take 5 damage as the spear jabs into your chest. He pulls it back out and just screams in your face.
Damage?
5, yeah. Piercing, if that matters.
5.
All right, Boros, you're up.
Yeah, piercing. Got nothing on me. But,
I'm immune.
my turn. Once again, I'm going to use poison spray on the fishy bugger in front of me.
So disadvantage
And-
because you're in melee.
So my lowest roll, did I just
That's
roll
awesome.
21 twice?
You rolled a 20 and a 21, I think.
I rolled a 20 and a 21.
You rolled a hit. Give me damage, I mean.
9 damage.
Wow. So you
Just-
blow this spray into his face, and you just see his massive fish head, the eyes roll back, this film drops down in front of its eyes, and its massive gaping mouth just... And the sound just sort of echoes in the silence of the night incredibly loudly throughout this alley. Elowyn, you hear this loud scream just break through the cacophony of the two Kuo-toa behind you attacking. And you know that you were in the middle of something that you really wish you would have left an hour earlier. This is the worst case scenario tonight. But you do, for some insane reason, feel like you smell blueberries. All right, Boros, 9 damage. That's amazing.
You couldn't have
What else
died
you got?
any louder. Did I hear how close Elowyn was?
Not when you're in mid-combat. I mean, give me a perception check just to see, but when you're in combat, you're pretty focused on what's happening immediately. Trying to,
That's that one.
Yeah, see, there's no way. Anything else, Boros?
Okay. No, that will be my turn.
All right, Elowyn, you're up.
Okay. So this Kuo-toa C is bad guy?
You're not sure. I mean, if it's anything like the ones attacking you, then that's probably a good bet. But it's never like done anything to you, so you're not entirely sure. You're not even sure it's a Kuo-toa. All you know, it's a hooded and cloaked figure. You can definitely do the math because there's 2 hooded and cloaked figures attacking you. But yeah, you're not 100%.
Okay. I forgot. Is the door open or closed?
It is open.
Okay.
You can't see inside just through the fog and stuff, but you do see the frame of a door without a door closed in front of it.
Okay. But I want to try to get past it to get inside.
So you can't really move through other creatures' spaces unless you're like 2 times smaller than them. In this particular case, they're the same size as you.
Okay.
You're also deader than you.
What?
Just ignore him. Let me know what you're going to be doing. We're in combat. We got to move.
Well, my instinct would be just try to get away.
All right, so try to get away. What are you going to do? Are you going to disengage and run? Like, where are you going to move?
Yeah.
And you're awfully quiet too. Like, things start attacking you. You don't call out for help. You don't scream. You're just like total silence.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm afraid of attracting even more.
That's fair.
But okay, wait. You did say that typically this would be a safe area.
Yeah, Planthus is normally a totally safe place. I mean, yeah, you deal with thieves and stuff like that, like any major city, but this is a safe city.
And I would
Elowyn?
know people here.
Yeah, you have you actually, like, you've been training in the Temple of Paladine. That's about a quarter mile to the south of here.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna yell for help then.
Okay,
if I feel like there's help around, then yeah.
you need to
Here
just tell
with
me what
this
you're gonna do.
one.
So if you're gonna yell for help, tell me what you're gonna say. Are you gonna do any actions?
Well, yeah. So I yell for help. Help! I'm being attacked.
Okay.
Is anyone there? Is anyone able to help me? Anyone around? I'm just frantic.
Yeah.
Then
Also, Elowyn, didn't you just get that spell that like emanates damage from you? Or am I making that up? Was that something else? There's like sorry.
You got to tell me what you're gonna do, or we're gonna skip your turn. This is taking too long. Are you gonna take an action other than yelling?
I'm running.
Okay.
I'm also trying to be authentic to my character too.
I appreciate it. You just have to tell me what you're gonna do. So if you're gonna run, are you gonna disengage?
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and move your speed.
Okay.
Oh, half your speed first.
All right. So That's 15. So that will get me about to here.
And then you have your full move.
And then
As you're running through the fog and the darkness, just help! Someone help me! I'm being attacked!
okay. So
Over here.
I'm gonna try to hide over here. If I could have, I would have gone to the other side, but I
So
don't
as
have
soon
the
as you get
distance,
here,
so-
you see a massive form through the doorway, sort of blocking it, and you move over to where you are now. You can't really stealth because you're like running and screaming, and you know technically you've done your actions and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So Lehigh, you're up.
Okie dokie. So I hear what sounds like an enchanting voice who I just need to go meet. Cry out for help.
Enchanting. So there's a Boros and a thing in the way
Yeah.
to the
But there's
door.
also a window.
What about your baby Bjorn?
Yeah, well, I've decided to Moby wrap it instead, so I do that. Do you need me to roll
No.
anything? Okay. I do a great job then. And then I'm going to this is a window over here by the other Kuo-toa.
Yes.
Great. Boris is okay. Does it look like it opens or it looks like it's just glass?
It's just glass.
Cool. I'm gonna throw a chair through it.
Okay. Give me an
This
attack roll.
chair.
Just a d20.
Awesome.
And then add your dex modifier.
Oh no. 6?
So you grab the chair off the ground, you throw it, it hits the wall right next to it and drops down and clutters and sort of cracks and breaks.
Wonderful. I look at Boros and I say, "What was that? Outside. Don't look at what I did."
There's something
What-
outside.
Did you hear that? Uh-oh. I'm not a fish, by the way.
Yes, you are. I can see you as a fish, you know.
I'm not a forever fish.
So Kuo-toa A starts calling out and starts searching around and going to get a perception check to see if it can figure out the exact direction that Elowyn went. Yep, it knows exactly where you are. It has a 30 move. It can't quite get to you, so it starts charging toward you. Kuo-toa B is going to move up after him. Kuo-toa C is going to attack Boros. He brings his spear back and just jabs at you, letting out some sort of like guttural war cry. You step to the side and just sort of close the door a little bit, knocking the spear against the other frame, and then he sort of pulls it back a little bit pissed off. You know he just said something derogatory, but you're not sure what it is. Boros, you're up.
Well, to be honest, I thought the little stinky thing was dead.
No,
So
you
I'm
sprayed
going-
it in the face, but it did not drop down and die.
I'm going to spray its face again.
Okay, give me a disadvantage roll.
10.
10, it moves out of the way and the mist goes off into the darkness. Anything else on your turn? So you heard someone scream, help, help, I'm being attacked.
I'm gonna step closer to the wall with the door open so that it's easier for a body to squeeze through.
Well, there's something else in front of that they couldn't get through. There's a Kuo-toa on the other side.
No, he said it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give
Yeah.
it the bird for whatever it said.
You can get a what?
The middle finger.
Oh, the bird. All right, Elowyn, what are you going to do? You guys are super quiet, like in communications. You know someone's screaming outside for help. You guys are in here and no one's talking to anyone at all. What are you going
Is
to do,
that over
Elowyn?
here?
Yeah, man. Explain that. What are you going to do, Elowyn?
Okay. this running thing, it's not working.
Well,
So
you're successful in running.
I'm not getting away. So I am gonna Sacred Flame again.
On which one, A or B
Wait.
or C?
A's closest, so A.
All right, and it's a dex check. What's the DC?
14.
It does not make it. The mist opens up. The fog opens up. This bright light, as you call to Mishakal's aid, comes striking through, blasts on top of him, just pushing down on this fish creature. He just squeals out. What's the damage?
Let's see.
Sweet hell.
I don't know why it does the Radiant Grip, but yeah. This is not my day.
1. That's awesome. All right, anything else, Elowyn? You're not in melee. You can move and not provoke.
Oh, okay.
Remember, they can only move 30. I mean, you move 32, I think, but you're ahead of them so far.
So the door Boros is at is the only door I see.
No, you're now. I mean, yeah, through the darkness right now, it's the only door you see, but you do see that there's like a porch off to your right through the mist and fog. You know this is an inn, the Blue Crab Inn, and you know that there's clearly a door to get into the inn, on the porch. You just can't see it through the fog.
Am I by a window?
Yeah.
Can I see in the window?
Yeah, it's a dark inn.
No, I don't see anybody in there.
Oh no, it's been closed for, at least 25, 30 minutes.
Okay.
We're in the wee hours of the morning right now.
All right. So, doing what I feel like is authentic. I don't know the people in this other building.
Correct.
I am going to try to get into this inn.
Okay, so go ahead and move toward that door.
Okay, so I think I have to go down a little bit first because
It'll just be 5 down, and then you can move your full rest.
then 19. So I believe I can get to about here.
Okay.
Does that look right?
Yeah. All right, Lehigh, you're up. What are you gonna do?
All right, so chair didn't work. That sucks. But he opened the door a touch, right?
Yeah. You see a figure standing in the doorway.
Wonderful. Can I cast Starry Wisp? I'm going to cast Starry Wisp.
Okay.
Actually.
Can you? Sorry. You can see him, so you can target him. So go ahead.
Yep.
What is it? A saving throw on their part or an attack roll on your part?
It is an attack roll on my part, and I love it because it is a spell I can cast while in wild shape.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
7
to hit. That does not hit. That bursts against the frame. Splinters of wood sort of spray out a little bit.
Well, now we know it's, business. Okay, and then I had a
Sure.
question about taunt.
Yeah.
Can I do it while in wild shape?
Yeah, you're a Kender. You can whip out an insult in any shape. As long as you can speak, you can insult.
That's true. I am going to taunt the C character.
You want to say anything about what you say? Throw something out there?
Well, do you speak Undercommon?
I do not.
Well, then all you hear is...
Fair enough. All right, and so what save is that for them?
It is... Oh, I was reading Kender Pocket Grab for a second. I was like, what about my pockets? Wisdom save. So I'm guessing it's my saves DC. I should put that in the notes so I don't have to look. 13.
He does not make it. You just see this. No one else can tell the change, but now that you are a Kuo-toa, You can sense that the color of the scales around his eyes and around his gaping maw are shifting slightly in tone, which means he's furious. And his one wild eye is now focused solely on you. He's pissed.
Awesome. All right, I
How
gotta roll
dare
a
you call him
D10 real
a...
quick. Ooh, that's a 10. That 10 rounds, he has disadvantage to hit, and others have advantage to attack them.
He's pissed. All right. Anything else on your turn?
Can I communicate that to Boros? Can I say it to Boros really quick? I was like, can say like, oh, he's mad at me, and it's gonna be easier to hit him.
Mechanically, I don't think you would understand that that's the consequence. Like, his armor class is lower. You know what I mean? Like, you would just know that, you know, he's frantic and pissed, and that comes off. Boros is right next to him. He can tell. You mentioned something, and his head just turned toward you. He's just like, "Rah!" Like he knows he's pissed at you.
I'm surprised Boros doesn't speak Undercommon.
Yeah, me too. No, I don't know. All right, so number A is going to charge after Elowyn. Can't quite make it to you, so he's going to move as close as he can. B is going to come down here and check out Boros with his spear. Die, demon monster man. With an 8, you just step behind the door frame, and it slides, it rakes the door itself, and it misses you.
Hey, I appreciate my toes and ankles not being touched. Can you not?
How come I'm not seeing this Kuo-toa in there anymore? Why did you drop out? That was weird. All right.
He died.
All right, so that was B. So C is going to... It can't charge the door because Boros is literally taking up the door. So it's going to, with disadvantage, attack Boros. Sorry, Boros. You're going to get a disadvantaged spear in your face. Or not. You just grab the door and Steven Seagal smack the spear as it comes through.
Stop trying to attack my ankles.
All right, Boros, you're up.
They're my ankles, okay?
You're just lifting your leg a little bit. Oh, how adorable. You're trying to hurt me.
Stop it!
All right, you're up, Boros.
And as I see that Lehigh is struggling, my bonus action, I'm going to give Lehigh a bardic inspiration.
Lehigh is struggling?
Hey, next shot, you can do it. I believe in you. And with that...
Oh, the chair.
Anything. And for my action, with the power of using a bardic die, allows me to do bardic damage thanks to my subclass. 13 to hit.
13 hits. What are you doing?
I am doing kind of like a... I'm just going to kick the thing in the face. Or see in the face.
You can do a non-weapon attack?
Yep.
Okay. So 1 damage? What's your strength modifier?
So for bardic dice, while you aren't wearing armor or wearing a shield, you gain the following benefits. Dice Virtuoso. You have advantage on any charisma performance check you make that involves dancing. Unarmored defense, your base armor equals 10 plus your dex and charisma. Agility or agile strikes, when you expend a use of your bardic inspiration as a part of action, a bonus action, or a reaction, you could make 1 unarmed strike as part of that action, bonus action, or reaction. Bardic damage, you could use dexterity instead of strength for the attack for your unarmed strike. When you deal bonus or deal damage, the unarmed strike, you can deal bludgeoning damage equal to a roll of your bardic inspiration die plus your dexterity modifier. So d6
Man, that was
plus
a lot. All right, so
2.
roll your bardic inspiration and add your dexterity for damage.
7.
That's a huge kick to the face. You just whack it. Now, that was a reaction. That was not an action, so you still have an action.
Oh. cool.
Do it again.
Because that was part of
Is
your
it-
bardic inspiration of the bonus action of that.
Is C still alive?
Yeah. He's bloodied. He's hurt, but he's up.
And since it's advantage cancels out disadvantage, which makes it just regular roll. Poison spray to the face.
Okay.
That's a 7. Does nothing.
Nope.
That
All
is my
right.
turn.
Elowyn, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to try to get onto this porch.
Okay. It's difficult terrain if you want to jump on top of it, or if you want to go to the stairs, that's fine too.
I'm not the most dexterous, so I should probably take the stairs.
That doesn't matter with difficult terrain. It just means it takes twice the movement in order to get there. So it would take you 10 move to get on top of it rather than 5.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so you get on the next square at 10 move. Here, I'm just going to move you really quick. Onto the
Okay.
porch for 10, and now you have the rest of your move to go toward that door.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go to the door and
So you have
See
a
if it's
30-foot
unlocked.
move. So you can't actually get quite to the door. You can get right next to it,
Oh.
but not in front of it.
okay. I don't think I can see it on my screen, but okay.
So this is the door right here. You see my
Oh,
little
I've
red
just
swirl?
zoomed out too far. That's it. Okay.
So if you want to move, you can actually move to right here. You just can't get right in front of it with your move action. But now you have your regular action. So if you want to like do anything else, like hit the wall or use a weapon to strike the door or something like that, you are, like 5 feet away from it. You could hit it. You just wouldn't be able to move into it.
With my mace?
If you want to hit it with your mace, you can hit it with your mace.
Okay. How do I do that?
Roll to hit with your mace. That just is an attack roll. It's like a normal attack. Like you're hitting a bad guy.
Okay, I'm not. Let's see, action. Oh, okay, there it is.
All right, you smack your mace into the door. You hear a crack of wood. How much damage? And the door
Not
busts
too
and
well.
splinters halfway in, but it doesn't completely break open. All right, Lehigh, you're up. What are you going to do?
All right. So in front of me, C is the one that was taunted. B came up to be like, "What's up, buddy?" Right?
Yep.
Okay. Sweet. Now I'm going to, now is when Starry Wisp works. The other time I was just joking.
Who are you attacking? Well, you can really only see C clearly.
CC?
Yeah.
CC or B? That's its name actually. CICI.
Yeah. You know that because you're a fish
come
person now.
on.
Oh my
24.
gosh! 24 to hit. You strike him with Starry Wisp. What does that look like?
So, Starry Wisp it's like starlight and moonlight, specifically moonlight, because moonlight is just reflected sunlight. So, which these guys don't like sunlight. So I feel like it would actually do more damage. No. And it just like beams down on him as if the moon is like, "You, I don't like you."
Yeah, this is why it's
And
important to
then-
understand astronomy, people, to make these
It is.
cases.
So it's a d6 of damage plus like whatever moon damage would be, probably like a d100, right?
Right. The power of the moons.
Yeah. So
There's
with the
3
power
moons.
of the moon, that's an extra 51 damage.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, the first attack was
Yeah.
enough to kill it. So this moon light emanates. It screams out. Its skin sort of peels back. Its scales drop to the ground, and it drops down dead.
Oh, cool.
Anything
I
else
look
on your
at
turn?
Boros and I say, Boros, I know what they are. I know your name. Don't ask how. I know what they are. They're vampires.
Oh my gosh. All right, Kuo-toa A is going to. He turns around and sees his friend completely destroyed by this moonlight, and he barks out, "Rah! Rah!" And he starts running off into the fog in the distance. Kuo-toa, without a
Coward.
number now, is going to refer back just and like, gosh, that actually hit my throat. Jabs his spirit Boros.
Leave my toes alone.
Pardon me. You easily deflect it. Just with like palm of your hand, you slap the side of the spear, and it just sort of clatters against the frame of the door. And he just screams it. You just, "Ah!" Boros, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna scream at it back
Okay.
as I poison spray it
All right.
with
Disadvantage.
disadvantage. Oh yeah.
So it moves out of the way and just sprays off into the foggy night. Anything else?
No, that'll be my turn.
Elowyn, you're up.
Okay. I'm regretting that I hit the door with the mace, because if I break it, I can't use it to close, but I've already done it, so I am just gonna see this. Oh, no, I can move now. Okay. I'm gonna move to the door and see if I can push it open.
So it's actively locked. It is busted slightly inward, the door itself, not the hinges or the frame or anything. So you can't completely push it open, but you're sure with another attack roll, it would, a successful attack, it would probably break down.
Okay. So I might as
Or
well
you could
finish
use
it.
your strength to try to bust it open, like your shoulder or something.
Okay.
So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna try to
Hit
use
it
my
with your
shoulder
arm?
to.
Okay. So you move forward. Give me a strength check, and give me a, with your proficiency bonus. Strength roll with your proficiency. Wow. Yeah, you hit that wood and it hurts. It hurts bad. It doesn't budge at all. You're just like, ah, and you're pretty sure you got a splinter somewhere back there that you can't quite see. Anything else, Elowyn?
Okay.
I'm gonna have
Well,
to
I
truncate
already
this
did my
adventure. I did
action.
not think this was gonna be an hour and a half intro.
Adventure of me finding my first baby. Don't ask what happened to him.
Well, that was my action, correct?
Yeah, you got to move if you want, or you can finish your move because you move 5 to get in front of the door.
Well, if I'm trying to get through the door, I don't think I can move anymore if the door is still blocking me. So.
Okay. I didn't know if you were gonna give up and go the other way or something. All right, so Lehigh, what are you gonna do?
All right. I am going to. The door's still open here a little bit, or is Boros holding it shut?
It is open. There is a figure in the frame in the way.
I can see it.
Well, it has like 3/4 cover from you. You can see something's there.
Okay, so I am going to. I'm just gonna run up and punch it.
So you
don't know what it
run
is.
up and just throw your little Kender hand out there.
Mhm.
Give me an
Enhanced unarmed strike because I have the sailor, right? Sailor, whatever. I think that's what it is.
It's really a fish slap.
Oh,
a
come
fin slap
on.
is what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna
you
add
run
my
up there and
d6 to that.
with a 5, you miss. You just sort of slap.
Oh,
the
what about
frame.
with the 6? I just wasted my bardic inspiration. He's like, actually, with a 6, it does.
Nope. Sorry.
Ah,
Son of a
Ah,
gun.
I'm changing my dice again.
You move yourself up to the door, too. All right. Kuo-toa A, you guys don't know what's going on. Kuo-toa B is attacking Boros again. Come on, people. Come on. Bond
Eat
together
my toes
already.
alone.
20 to hit. You take 5 damage as it finally scores a slice or a pierce of its spear into your side. He's like, God, jeez. Boros, you're up. It's not moving.
No, I'll take the fish person, not fish person's words on
The
vampire.
Kenderfish?
The Kinderfish.
The Kenfish?
Oh yeah, me. I forgot it's a fish.
And I'm going to use Starry Wisp.
Is that a ranged attack?
It is with 9 to hit, which does not.
Correct. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Colton.
Couldn't
Nah.
see it.
No? All right. Elowyn, you're up. You're like looking around and it's not next to you anymore. They're not chasing you anymore.
Get your revenge.
How much am I aware of what's going on over
Not at all.
Lehigh and Boros?
You know there's
Okay.
some other conflict happening, but that's all you know.
I don't know. There's people potentially in danger.
I mean,
Violently
it's someone's
touch them.
house, so clearly someone's, in their house fighting or something. It would be a natural assumption, but you have no idea who's inside. I mean, to be quite frank, through the
Yeah.
fog, you can't even see it. You just can hear it and you know because you passed it. So there's something happening there.
Yeah.
And if it's anything like
Okay. Well,
what you just dealt with, you're a cleric. At this point, you're in training to be a cleric. You're doing more like sort of acolyte type stuff.
yeah. So I don't know enough right now. So this time I'm gonna use my mace to try to finish that door.
So you're
Hopefully.
just going to like destroy property. All right. Attack
Well, I
rolls.
already started it.
You
so-
busted down, the door splinters open, and you start to hear like this, what are you going? Like coming from some sort of back room area, like the sound.
You broke into the police officer's house.
Are you gonna move
I mean
inside
no
or?
harm. I'm just trying to get safe.
I'm just breaking your property.
I tried that.
Attacked.
It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. All right, so you see into a dark bar, a tavern.
Okay. So I can move in now.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. 30. Okay.
So it's really just a tavern. It's closed down for the night, so it's super quiet. But you hear something from some room off to the side.
Okay. Yeah, just continuing. I mean nobody any harm. I don't mean any harm.
Other than your building, I mean no harm to anyone.
Yes. I was being attacked. There's some crazy robed people out there. I've been really injured. I'm just looking for help.
All right, Lehigh, you're up.
All right. I am going to, now that I can presumably see this person, seeing
Yeah.
as I just whiffed on their kneecaps, I am going to Starry Wisp with intent to incapacitate. I'm gonna set my Starry Wisp to stun.
You could pull a physical attack, but a spell's a spell. You just sort of unleash it.
Can I roll to hit with a rope?
Like a lasso?
Yeah, I wanna question this guy.
Okay, so you pull out your rope and you sort of like fasten a quick lasso and you try to throw it over him. Give me a
You're the
athletics
best
check.
DM ever. Awesome. So the strength of it is more than me. So athletics, I do +1 for its athletics.
What do you mean?
16? Because I'm wild shaped into a
Oh, I
Kuo-toa.
see what you're saying. Yeah, I think you do use their
Yes.
bonuses, right?
Okay, so 16.
All right, so for some miraculous reason that no one can explain in this universe, you fashion a lasso and wrap it around this thing, like wrench it tight, and it's just like grappled. You've grappled this thing with your rope. You have your move. Do you want to do anything?
I have my move still?
Yeah, you just.
I pick it up.
It's not quite move.
I
It's
pick
not
it
moving
up
it.
and
It's moving you.
uh,
All right, so are
oh,
you going to stay
oh,
there, or is that it?
that's it. I'll just open the door to show Boros what I've done.
Okay, so he's going to try to break out of your lasso. So give me a dex check for you. He's going to use his strength to try to break out of it. He got a 16.
Alright. My dexterity's higher, so I have to subtract 2 from this roll. Uh-oh. No, he breaks out.
So he breaks out of the rope. Boros, you're going to get an opportunity to attack Lehigh, you as well, as it starts to move into the foggy darkness beyond.
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay.
Oh, net 1. Crit fail. Ouchie.
You smack your hand on the frame of the door. You're going to have a bruise for a couple days.
18
Sorry
for
whisk
poison
hits my own
spray.
foot.
You only get a melee attack on a reaction.
Melee attack. Take that back.
Oh,
Dagger.
then never mind.
14 to hit.
14 does hit. Give me some damage.
I still got a nat 1 with my hands, so.
For 5 damage.
Unbelievable. Okay, so you rake him in the back with the dagger as he just continues lopping away into the foggy darkness. You do not know where, just off to the north somehow, or somewhere, I mean. All right, so it starts to go quiet. Elowyn, inside this room, you see a barkeep step out of the door right here. He's got a short sword in one hand and what looks like a frying pan lid like holding in front of him as if it was a shield. He's like, "What are you doing in my inn? You broke my door!"
I'm so sorry. I'll pay for it.
That's right, you're going to pay for it. I'm going to call the guards and they're going to hang you. You don't just walk up to people's property and break it down for no reason.
I was being attacked out there.
By
Look
what?
at me, I'm injured. Rogue beings. I don't know.
He stumbles over to the broken door. He's just like, "Oh, it's going to cost a pretty penny." He like looks outside in the fog. "I don't see anything. Are you drunk?"
No, I'm not drunk. I promise. I was.
You
being
break
attacked.
into an inn in the middle of the night and you're not drunk?
No. I
Wait,
would
he doesn't see
never.
me in the doorway? The fish mother?
So you guys in your room are hearing this yelling emanating
Oh, I
through
see.
the foggy darkness
Can I
coming from
try to
outside.
roll persuasion, like to persuade him.
Yeah, on your turn you can, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
We're
I
sort of
see.
out
I
of
thought he was at the
combat.
door.
Just as far as the sound is happening, Lehigh and Boros in this house, you can hear the scuffling of people upstairs, like moving around and moving furniture, presumably against a door or something, to barricade themselves in. What are you guys going to do?
I want to, as if willed by the gods to be a vindication of sorts, I want to run into the bar. I know it's more than 30 feet. It's okay.
What are you going to do, Boris, as she's running out the door? Fish woman. You're muted.
I'm muted. Did I hear anything that the innkeeper
You
was saying?
definitely heard the screaming. And Lehigh, you're not going to be able to get through the door because the bartender's in front of it, the innkeeper.
Can I drag the corpse of the fish person with me to the door?
It's going to be half movement, so it's going to take you a little bit. So give me a persuasion check, Elowyn, while they're doing that.
I have a -1 in this, but
Well, you can use, I mean, do you have something else? What did you say you wanted to do? Just persuade him, or?
well, I wanted. Well, I want to try to reassure him somehow, or get him to trust me. Not sure the right words, but
So how would you do that?
calm him down, kind of. What would that be?
Well, how would you do that? Like, what's your plan? Is it just using words? Because that would be persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay. So just as a DM tip, you have a holy symbol of Mishakal. You know that's a good goddess. Like, that might be some leeway. You know, present it to him and maybe try to talk to him that way.
Yeah, I mean, I let him know I was just coming back from worshiping Mishakal at the temple. And then
I mean, you were
my
consoling a
normal
widow.
path.
You know, he might know this person.
Oh, yeah. So I'll throw that in. I don't know the name, but
Okay. So you're like,
the
look,
name
no,
of the
I was
person and
helping this
yeah.
person out, and I'm just doing my best, and then through the foggy darkness, I was just assaulted by these creatures, these beings. You know, you're just sort of spinning this yarn, and you see him sort of like slowly drop this lid, you know, from being like in defensive down to his side. He's like, well, why didn't you just knock on the door? I could have let you in instead of you barging through. And then this fish creature jumps into the frame of the doorway behind him. What do you do?
Hello.
Elowyn, what do you do? Because he can't see it behind him.
So my instinct, I feel like, because I don't know good or bad,
Correct.
just like have my mace ready and who are you?
He's like, I'm the
Give me a-
innkeeper. What are you talking about? Are you insane?
Oh, at the door.
He like turns around. Oh my gosh! Starts stumbling backward. You were telling the truth. You were telling the truth. What is that?
I don't know. Who are you? What are you? Do you mean us harm?
Lehigh, what do you do?
Oh, no.
You're standing
I
in that door
actually...
frame looking like a monster.
Oh, well,
I-
okay. And I unturn into a monster and I disappear from the door. Like if it's a window, I'm gone. I'm shorter than that.
Okay. So the fish creature disappears into the fog. Boros, you're like slowly dragging this fish corpse across this horizon road toward where? The inn?
Thus I am.
Okay. So you can't
Oh,
see
hey,
anyone or anything.
everybody.
You're just dragging it back to where you started this entire crazy night for some reason.
Just to prove a screaming person's point on other screaming person's distrust.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but you drag this corpse up onto the porch, and the innkeeper's like, Boros, what are you doing here? What the hell is that? Did you just kill the creature that was outside our door?
Sure.
What is that? What the hell's going on? Can you explain why this priest of Mishakal just busted my door down?
I don't understand the reason why she broke the door down.
I panicked.
Humans are weird to me. But,
She's a dwarf.
Dwarves are weird to me. But yeah, whatever these things are, we're attacking.
It's like that. What is that? That looks like the fish creatures from the Bay of Branchala. There's rumors that they come out when Lunatar is high in the sky and terrorized, but they're just children stories. I've never seen it actually happen. Could this be? Is it true that these monsters are swarming all over Palanthas right now?
So as of right now, I've only seen 4.5 tonight.
We need to get the Dark Knights involved in this. We need them to come and protect us. I don't even have a door to barricade anymore.
I'm sorry. I'll pay for it.
So, Lehigh, what are you doing?
I'd like to present myself now and be like, well, I was the fish creature at the door. Boros, I think he did kill this one. He just brought it over from over there. I don't know who your neighbors are. Make good pie. Not very friendly.
His shoulders slump. Kender tales.
Alrighty, we're off on a great foot already. I kinda always forget that people are like this. Okay, awesome. So I would like to get out of your hair as soon as possible. I
That's
have
a
a map
great
here.
idea.
I am looking for
Yeah, that's the 4.5
a
that
cave
I was
on
mentioning.
the coast, right?
Well, I'm sorry,
Right?
what was that,
Cave on
Leon?
the coast. I'm looking for a cave on the coast.
That was what the one fish guy said, yeah.
Wonderful. Um, I was hoping you could, if you know at all of any of these things, I would like you to draw on the map that I have here any uh, harbor caves near the naval yard, please.
Harbor Caves near the naval shipyard. I think I've heard about there's an old pirate hideout somewhere in the northern western coastline of the Bay of Branchala, but I've never seen it. I don't know exactly where it is. If I mean, I can show you where the naval shipyard is. And he just sort of like leans back and points, trying to keep his pouches and all of his possessions away from you as he like points in the general direction. It's like it's right there, but I don't know if that's even true. I've never seen it. It's just an old myth.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. You'll be wanting this back, and then I hand him back, I don't know, his house key to the door that she just busted
Yeah,
down.
that's super helpful. Thank you, Kender. That's
You're
great.
welcome. I knew you
That's
were missing
great.
it. Goodbye. And I step outside back out of frame, but like next to Boros.
Right. Okay, Elowyn, what are you doing?
Okay. So,
What?
so I want to roll insight to kind of. I feel like I have an idea. Well, okay, insight to kind of get a better idea of these two people's motives,
Give me an insight
type
check.
of people they are.
Yeah, I mean, they seem to be decent folk. They just been through the same sort of crazy situation that you've been through. They don't seem to be tied to a home or this tavern or anything. And the Kender clearly seems to have some sort of like directional mission that she's going on. But outside of that, you're not sure. But they do seem like good people.
Okay. And I do have a natural instinct to want to help people. So I want to ask, is there anything I can do to help?
Yes, you can pay for the door. That's going to be one steel.
Okay. I give him a steal
Oh.
and apologize again. I'm so sorry. Actually, let's see.
It's like, I really appreciate it. I know the priests of Mishakal are a good bunch, and you seem like you had good intentions. You were terrified and stuff. I get it.
Yeah.
And if I saw these fish things that Boros is definitely not going to be leaving on my porch, right, chasing me, then I would be upset as well. So I understand. I just maybe next time knock. That's all I would ask.
I will. I'll learn from this. I apologize. I was.
Well, I mean, if you're planning on getting the knights involved, wouldn't you want some evidence to prove your claim?
Boros, if you leave this fish on my doorstep, you will never work this tavern again.
Boros is like a cat. He thinks you can't feed yourself.
Tavern. I'm the one that brings.
I'm
all
telling
the
you
people
right
in
now,
other
you
than-
will not
other
work
than
this
booze.
tavern again if you leave this fish, buddy. Take it with you.
Leave the body. Leave it, Boros.
But I'm the
I
one
can
who
hear you,
brings
Kender. Where
major-
are you?
I crawled up above. Leave it.
I'm the one who brings majority of the people, and this will just help prove your claim.
So what are you gonna do, Boris?
I'm going to leave it on the corner of the house because he said porch, not the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Elowyn, are you gonna say anything to Boros or Lehigh or anything?
Um, you guys seem like good people. Can I help in
Ah.
some way?
I don't know yet. Why don't you come and then we'll see what you can do along the way.
Okay.
He's like
See, someone thinks I'm good people.
a dwarf, a
You look very
Kender, and
injured.
a demon walk into a bar. This is a
That's
bad joke, I think.
We didn't walk. We broke it.
Busted.
Should probably throw myself a hill.
One broke in, and 2 of us are currently outside. So
Okay. We're at
Can
a
I do a
minute.
finger pocket, sir? Oh yeah, let's do that real quick.
We're at an hour 50. Let's take a break, and then on the other side, we will see what happens to this baby Kuo-toa, a Kender, I can't remember what you're called, Boros, your race, and a dwarf, and a
Tiefling.
busted bar door, and a tiefling. All right, thank you all so much for tuning in. We will be right back. That's the wrong frame. And we're
Yep.
back. That was probably our shortest break yet. How's it going, everyone? All right, so Elowyn, you're going to be giving yourself a heal before you guys head out into the darkness of the night and the fog-shrouded streets.
Yes. I'm gonna do. Let's see. Healing word.
I'm also going to cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay. Damage.
Okay.
All I did was run around and throw a chair against a wall, so I didn't take damage.
Why did it do damage?
I have no idea.
Uh-huh.
Did I roll wrong?
Did you? I took a long rest from our last encounter because we're not in the world that we came from, if you will, the timeline.
Right.
So I took a long rest at the beginning of the campaign to reset all my stuff.
Right. That works.
So you might still have damage from previously.
No, she was stabbed a couple times.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, you got
stabbed?
stabbed?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
three times, I believe. Yeah.
Whoopsie.
She was
Okay.
definitely hurt.
Never mind.
All right, so the innkeeper is basically doing a makeshift door and sort of pushing you slowly out of it, Elowyn. He's like, tell the priest of Mishakal I really appreciate everything they do. Goodbye. And he's like moving stuff in the way and barricading the door. Boros, you slide the corpse of this dead Kuo-toa on the corner of the inn, not the porch, just so that you can work this place again. So what is your all plan? This is the first time you're actually like meeting for the first time ever. What do you say to each other? What's up?
Hello,
Short
my name
injured
is
one
Lehigh.
and
I can-
short skin changing one. What are your names?
Alright. Tall, horny boy. My name is Lehigh. And I like your attitude.
You like developed like
Thank you.
extra sass suddenly.
Yeah, I haven't had the, calming experience of being a mom yet.
Right. You do have a little baby in tow.
I do now, but this is a first.
Yeah. So what do you do about this little baby? It's So Elowyn, you realize that the Kender actually has a tiny one of the creature that was attacking you.
How pro-choice are we here? No, I'm kidding.
This is your choices. These are your choices.
I didn't ask for motherhood,
So-
okay? No.
I'm gonna let Boros know my name is Elowyn. I'm gonna ask her, is this your baby?
It is now. What of it?
You're not going to explain anything? You guys are the worst conversationalists ever. It was like
Thank you.
defensive and like...
All right. So I was eating a pie. Don't ask where or how I got it. It was definitely for me. And all of a sudden, this fish creature comes up and I try to take what it's carrying. And then I guess it was like, oh, a good idea. And it just gave it to me, actually, and not like, a lie. And so then it kind of gurgled like,
Can't
take it to
confirm.
a cave near the Navy or whatever. And so then someone said pirate cave, and I said, well, that's close enough, and that sounds fun either way. So we're definitely doing that. And I figure we go there, at least start that off. I don't know why the baby needs to get to the pirate cave. Maybe it's a pirate.
See if it has any eye patches anywhere.
Yeah.
Or a parrot.
If you see a door marked pirate, we'll start there.
Boros,
Well,
anything?
hi, Elowyn. Nice to meet both of you. As you heard, my name is Boros, and yeah, can confirm what Lehigh is saying. Dying fish creature, kind of just, and said take. I wrote it down somewhere where to go. take Prince to King to Pirate Bay or something.
Mm-hmm. Pirate
Super
Bay.
clear messaging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You
Well,
went
maybe
to
next time you
download
guys
a
make
baby.
characters, choose Kuo-toa as a language. On
Well,
the
I'm
off
sorry I didn't
chance.
choose. I'm sorry I didn't choose Merfolk as a language.
They didn't have that at my college.
All right, so you guys know that one of these creatures was clearly running from the other ones, trying to save this little baby. So in its last dying breath, it gave it to the only person that it found as these others were closing in. It gave it to Lehi, and the others clearly were trying to attack and kill anyone that was in the way of this fish creature. You guys fought them off, but for some reason, these other Kuo-toa are trying to get this baby, or at least the guy that's dead, that they didn't know was dead because he was inside, and you all stopped them from that mission. And it's just about this time that I need a perception check.
Oh, lovely. Perception.
So you know that 2 of the Kuo-toa got away.
Oh my gosh. 8?
Wow.
11.
So it's 8, 11, and 6. So Boros, you're the only one. You do hear that sort of dragging sound of a lot more of these creatures than just the 4 that you had heard earlier.
Okay, Lehi, Elowyn, we should start moving in that direction, pointing in the other direction of all the noise. I hear more of the coming towards us.
All right. All right. I think that
Okay.
is a great idea. And then I cast
Agreed.
Pass Without a Trace on us.
Can you explain that to me, please?
Yeah. You radiate a concealing aura in a 30-foot emanation for the duration. While in the aura, you and each of your creatures have a +10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks and leave no tracks.
Wow.
We
That's
are
amazing. All right,
silent
so
and deadly.
you quickly cast that. Did you rolled a nature to see what these things are, Lehi? Did you do that earlier, or did you end up
I
doing
rolled
something
nature,
else?
but I can't remember what it was for. I can do it again, though.
Yeah, give me a nature check.
Heck yeah. Anything for you. Oh, how about an 8?
Never mind. All right, so you
Hope you're
you just
hungry for
know it's a
nothing.
weird thing. It's a weird
Ew, a fish.
creature, fish,
Gross.
humanoid creature thing. And it smells actually pretty bad. Unless you like spoiled
Yeah, we
fish
should
smell.
probably figure that out.
You should probably
I check out my herbalism kit and I just kind of like start
sprinkle some
putting
basil,
lavender, mint.
peppermint.
If anything, it's gonna be delicious later.
Oh my gosh. All right, so you've got this Kuo-toa baby that you don't quite know what it is. You hear a lot more of these figures coming. Boros tells you a direction. We are in a skill challenge of you guys evading. Now you have a +10 thanks to Lehi's quick thinking and Pass Without a Trace. So everyone give me a stealth check
Will do.
and add 10 to whatever it is.
That is a 27.
Wow.
27.
27, 27, and 25. So you guys
Wow.
go off into the night. You're racing through the city streets. And as you get to one edge of the block, from behind you, you know that there was more Kuo-toa coming that way. You start to hear more coming from this opposite direction that you were running into. So you're going to have to evade off to the left, the west here. So I'm going to need another stealth check as you continue to run.
Nat 20, 22.
Nice.
25.
So you guys are running with the. Is it Branchala, your goddess, Lehi? Who's your
22
goddess?
plus 10, 32. Yeah, yes, I believe that sounds correct. We'll say it is for now. Is it Habbakuk?
Habbakuk. Okay. So you.
No, Habbakuk is best friends to my god. No, Branchala is the one who is the singing god. Branchala is Boros' god, who's my best friend's Habbakuk's god.
Okay, so
I
the
don't have
Habbakuk is
Habbakuk.
also the sea fisher king as well. So
I'm a
he is
sailor.
shrouding you all in his protection, hoping that Zeboim is not going to be alerted to her Kuo-toa creatures' demise as they are closing in from both sides of you. You guys race off through the dead of night. You can hear the slapping, the drawing of their pursuit. You can hear actual people inside like shutting their shutters and locking them as word is starting to spread throughout the city that there's a Kuo-toa invasion and people are doing everything they can to protect themselves. You guys round a corner and you get to the finally you get to the harbor. You start to see more creatures coming at you. Need one more stealth check to see if you guys can make it out of this situation.
19.
20 or
25.
19 is good. 25 is great. 24 is great. You guys break through. You're hiding as you see a group of these Kuo-toa, at least 10 of them, move past you. And you know that the end of the harbor is just up ahead. You guys start moving through the mist. And it looks like there's 2 Kuo-toa just standing there. And they happen to turn and look right at you as you're walking right toward them. And we are in an encounter. Let's do this thing.
You see nothing.
One always tells the truth, and one always tells lies.
Right. All right,
Oh, sad
let's
one.
get some initiative. I'm going to add all tokens. Go ahead and roll your initiative.
4.
I'm going to start combat. Elowyn, you are first up. You see these 2 Kuo-toa in the distance of this foggy, misty evening harbor. You can hear the clanging of rigging against the poles of the ships that are sort of roped up to the... I'm clearly a sailor. The harbor. You're hearing the splashing of the waves. You're hearing the guttural talking of the Kuo-toa as they pull their jagged spears out and clack them on the cobble street flooring. The moaning of just the sea and the foggy, the lunatary's red glow covering all of the foggy mist. You get the scent and smell of fish and salty air brushing against you. The protection of Habbakuk seems to have left you for a moment as the Kuo-toa are moving in. What do you do? You're muted.
These 2 are aware also, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask them, what do we do? Do we try to evade them? Do we fight?
Oh, they
What's the
see
plan?
you.
We fight. We're an initiative.
Okay.
We fight.
Oh, okay.
We can do a chase if you want to run.
Pretty
But...
far apart. But I'm gonna stay with the group.
So you're going to just stay here?
Yeah, they're too far away for me to be able to do anything else right now.
What's your spell range?
Where do I find that?
Sacred Flame range?
Oh, Sacred Flame.
It has to be a specific spell.
60 feet.
Okay, yeah, they are too far. All right, so you're going to stand back. You see this Kuo-toa. He's got a speed of 30. So we're going to go to 60. He charges forward about here. The Kuo-toa whip next to him charges up after him, and they're closing in on you guys. Lehigh, you're up.
Wonderful. I'm a sailor. That's what I do. I see these ships near me, so what I would like to do is dash towards the nearest vessel that looks like I could use something like the nearest large vessel. I'm not going for like a rowboat.
I mean, the closest one is going to be all the way up north from you. You guys are trying, just to be clear, you guys are trying to be getting, if you can zoom out your maps, past where the lighthouse is. You're going to have
Okay.
to like climb on rocky edges to try to find where he marked on the map that the rumor was that there were caves. So you have to get past them. You know that these boats are going to be tied, and they're, clearly owned by people. But it's going to take you a bit to get to them if you're going to try to get to a boat.
Okay. I was really kind of hoping you would say that this big gray thing was a boat that we were going to be able to go fight them on.
Oh, in the center of the map? Just
Yeah.
the interior of a building. That's all.
Ah. All right. Building schmilding. I want a boat. No. I am going
This is a Call of Cthulhu map for the people watching. Right, sorry,
Oh, that's why it looks all spooky.
yeah, Cthulhu spook.
Spooky. I am going to run my 30 feet, which looks like it's really not. We're really far away from each other. Wow. So around there. And then now that I am probably really not that much closer to them. Wow. I'm almost 60 feet away still. But you know what? I'm not 60 feet away. And that's pretty cool. I'm 58 feet away from one of them.
Okay.
Therefore, I'm going to search all my spells. Sweet. Starry Wisp. I'm going to Starry Wisp the closest one to me.
All right, so that's a 60-foot range. Is it a dexterity or a
Tis.
strike to hit? So a 9 to hit. It snaps right next to him. He sort of moves to the side at the last second, and it just bursts right there where he was.
All right. Well, then the one that I just missed, I am going to look at him and taunt and say, are you ready for a fish fry just like your friend? And that's a DC 13 save.
All right, let's hope he understands common. Come on. Wait, DC 13 what? Wisdom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. Let me make sure. I believe that's
I think
correct.
it's wisdom.
Just
I'm going to roll
let's
wisdom
make sure.
anyway. I feel
Okay.
dangerous. Ooh, it got a 21.
It is. Oh, no.
All right, so it just sort of looks at you and sort of tilts its head a little bit. His big wandering eye focuses on you for a minute and then just sort of moves off to examine the rest of the foggy environment. Anything else,
Let's
Lehigh?
see. That'll do.
All right, Boros, you're up. You're muted, by the way.
I've been bamboozled by the mute button once again.
Consistently. What are you going to do?
Very consistently. Okay, so I'm going to move right hither. That's about 30 feet. And I'm... Actually, how far away are these guys?
47 from you. The first one is.
47. Darn! Not close enough. Okay. I'm going to use Ray of Sickness. Which, that is a +5 to hit.
Why is it a +5 to hit?
Darn. I rolled a 2. That is 7. Doesn't hit.
Okay, so describe Ray of Sickness to me.
So, Ray of Sickness, you shoot a greenish ray at a creature within range, make a ranged attack spell, which is 60 feet. On hit, the target takes 2d8 poison damage, and it has the poison condition until the end of your next turn, which the poison condition, if memory serves me right, where'd the poison condition go?
So you're saying on a miss it's poisoned or on a hit it's poisoned?
On hit, it's poisoned.
Okay, it doesn't matter at this point then.
Yeah.
All right, so you streak out this green ray that bursts through the fog and just sort of dissipates and is swallowed by the fog. Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
All right, Elowyn, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna move forward. Let's see, 30 feet. Okay, so between. Wait, wrong one. Okay, between these two.
Okay.
And then let me see if I'm close enough. Yes, I am. I'm gonna. Oh wait, I'm gonna Sacred Flame. The whip. Kuo-toa Whip.
Okay, and what's the dexterity DC?
14.
Okay, let's see here. He moves out of the way as you call out to Mishakal for help. The air pushes the fog away as the sacred frame strikes the ground, leaving this blackened mark as the fog washes right back into place, just swirling around, obstructing view a little bit. Anything else in your turn?
No.
All right, Kuo-toa. Let's see. He's going to charge. He's not going to go the full distance. He's going to charge 30 feet, and then he's going to delay his action. If anyone gets close to him, he's going to strike out at him. The whip is going to do the same thing. Lehigh, you're up.
All right. I am going to whip. Well, now I'm not muted. I'm going to whip the whip with Thorn Whip. No, I'm not. I'm going to get a critical failure.
No. You pull out your thorn, I guess it is the component, and you.
Oh, hold on. Can I use lucky
You have lucky?
or luck? When you roll a 1 on a d20 of a tested d20, you can reroll the die, but you must take the new roll.
Do it.
Sweet. $11 plus 5.
You trying to hit the whip?
Yeah.
11 hits the whip.
Yes. Okay.
Pull
thank
out this
goodness.
massive
I am-
thorn, it strikes out at it. This whip, it smacks into the whip for how much damage?
1. Can't get away from that 1. Was that enough to get it? Did I kill it?
Nope. Nope.
Ah,
These dice
wow.
tonight.
These guys. I look at my friends and say, guys, these guys are really tough. These are the
That
vampires I
should
was
have
talking
taken
about
care of the
earlier.
fish. Oof,
That
I've
should've
taken
done it.
trout out with that before. All
Yeah, with less even.
right, Boros, you're up.
Make sure I'm not muted.
What's that? You're muted. I'm just
Darn.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
That is 22 feet away from me, so I'm going to move 8 feet away, which is about right here. And I'm going to cast poison spray.
So Boris backs away from the cleric. Just defend me, please. Go do this.
A little scared that he moved away.
I know.
Where are you going? Should we
We're
move
all
away?
So you're attacking the Kuo-toa?
Yep.
Okay, with a 12, you
Yep.
blow the spray mist out, and it just sort of dissipates through the fog before it even gets to him. Anything
Darn.
else on your turn?
And I'm going to move an additional 10 feet away.
What?
Hey, if it tries to attack me, it's going to have
Bard?
to use
Right.
more.
Right.
We're all spellcasters. None of us are melee.
All right, Elowyn.
Nuh-uh.
Run!
I am a bear sometimes.
Sometimes, not all the time.
All right, Elowyn, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna look something up real quick.
Robin. I'm not sure I
Okay.
heard that one.
So, is my spiritual weapon a bonus?
What
I've
is
never
this?
had a chance
Pressing it.
to use it before.
What does the spell say?
Um,
Action. What does it say?
casting time, it says 1 bonus action.
All right, so it's a bonus action to cast.
Okay.
So where do you want to
So then-
manifest your weapon?
Well, if it's a bonus action, I'd like to do a sacred flame first, and
Okay.
then spiritual weapon. I can do that.
Yeah. Sacred
Okay.
Flame is in its action. Yeah.
Okay. I am gonna try to sacred flame the whip again. 14 dex save.
14 dex. Let's find out what this guy's got. No, he doesn't. The fog parts. It bursts down. Hits him. Drops down for a second. Just jumps back up. How much damage?
Say, Mishakal, protect us with your light. And
She's like, you got it, babe. Smack.
5.
Nice. Nicely done. And then you're going to do a spiritual weapon, which, where are you going to have it manifest?
Let's see. I was trying to ping, but
It's all right. Like right here?
yeah, I was thinking like right in front, in the middle
Okay.
of them. Or...
Do you see this little triangle thing?
Yeah,
Is that all right? Right there?
yeah. that
All right.
works.
So it gets to attack on its manifestation.
Okay.
So roll to hit for it. It should be in the
Okay.
spell notes. And what form does this weapon take?
Oh.
It's dealer's choice here. It's your choice.
So no matter what it looks like, it'll still do the same damage?
Yeah.
Oh, make it funny. Make it tiny.
Well, no, because okay, it's not that funny. But my first thought, because they're fish, is to make it look like a fishing hook type of thing.
Oh
or
my
fishing
gosh,
pole
that's
or-
hilarious.
So it's a big hook. All right.
All right.
Roll to hit.
It's my first time using it. Okay.
This is something that you should be using every combat encounter for sure. It's a good one.
It takes up a spell slot though. So.
It's true. It's true. So 15 to hit the what? Kuo-toa or the whip?
The whip.
All right, 15 hits it. This hook manifests and it latches into the big mouth of the Kuo-toa whip and like yanks it a little bit. Give me some damage. 5 damage.
I thought it was 11, and then it did the. It always does a second roll for some reason.
All right. What's
Mine
it
showed
supposed to be?
11 first.
So it's 11?
Yeah.
That seems like a lot. What does it say is the damage option? Oh, it says crit. Was it a crit? No, 15 is not a
It
crit.
did
Yeah.
11, and then it did. So it's 1d8 plus 4.
Okay, so you
That's
almost got
critical.
max damage. That's awesome. All right, so 11 damage on the whip. So it sort of like yanks it forward and rips out of its mouth. It's got this sort of like rip out of the. It's already got a massively wide, gaping mouth, but you just ripped out a little bit of its gill. Sort of screaming, like little fish blood starting to ooze down its cheek. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
That's a pretty good turn. All right, Kuo-toa is going to charge toward Elowyn now.
Oh, I changed my dice, by the way.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
I thought you were to be like, I changed my mind. I run away.
Oh, no.
It charges forward
Marked
with
the
its
other one
spear and
with
it
dice,
tries
no.
to jam its spirit. You just. 13. Your armor class is 15? Is that correct?
Yes.
So you use your mace to deflect the spear as it comes charging toward you. The whip is going to move, well, it's going to move up to you after you just fish hooked it with your mystical powers. It's going to also attack you with its pincer staff. It's actually got a reach, but it doesn't need it in this case. With a 14, you deflect it off. Let's see, any other attacks it can do? Nope, that's it. All right. So we're looking at Lehigh.
Look at these guys' nerdy eyes. They look dumb. It
You're a species.
seems like if Roly Poly's got eyeballs.
Who put the googly eyes on these fish?
Oh, look at these nerds. I'm not even taunting them. I'm just saying this.
So, what do you-
Okay. Can I do action, bonus action?
Yeah, let's start with the action.
Okay. I am going to cast resistance on Elowyn.
What type of resistance?
I am going to cast slashing is I think what they did earlier. It was between
They have
piercing and
spears.
slashing. So piercing probably. I'm gonna cast piercing damage. You die. Resistance against piercing damage, which is concentration up to a minute. And then, as a bonus action, since it doesn't break my concentration, I am going to turn and make direct eye contact with Boros, and then wild shape into an ape.
Oh my gosh!
That way I can also keep carrying little fish
Your
baby.
baby.
I gotta name this. I need names in the chat. Give me names. Little fish baby on my back. Like,
What's the name
you
of the
know,
baby Kuo-toa, people? All right.
yeah. Okay. And I will take the things I need for that, and I am done. Look at my cat. That's Dave Meowthew's band that's walking by.
Oh no.
I
All right,
didn't name
Boros.
her.
Google.
What do you do?
How far away is that one? It should 100% be within 30. Yep, it is within 30. I am going to wait.
Back up, so you're out of 30?
What is the distance of? Not yet.
Coward. What are you gonna do?
It is strategic distancing. Object in a 20-foot cube within range or outlined in green, blue, violet, each creature in the cube. This sounds very fun. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire, which Fairy Fire allows me to cast a 20-foot cube within 60 feet. Any object or objects a 20-foot cube within range are outlined in blue, green, or violet light, your choice. Each creature in the cube is also outlined if it fails a dexterity saving throw for the duration.
So where are you starting this
Object-
cube?
Is this gonna hurt me?
It's not a damage.
Answer me first. Where are you starting the cube?
Initially, it's going to be... Where's my pen? There it is. It's going to be over here because I want it to get these two koas, but not my...
So you wanted to start it
companions.
here.
Yes.
Okay. So now explain what it does.
Okay. Each creature in the cube is also outlined if it fails a dexterity saving throw, which is a dex 13. For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius and cannot benefit from the invisible condition. Attack rolls against an affected creature or object have advantage if the attacker can see.
Okay.
So all attacks are advantage against these two if they fail.
Okay, as long as you're within range to see them. So yes, you create this. You see them start to sparkle, both of them. And is that your turn? Anything else you want to do?
That is an action. I don't
Can you
have
move up
any
and hang out
bonus
with
action
us?
spells. That will be everything.
That's everything. All right, Elowyn. You see these two Kuo-toa sparkle in front of you.
Remember, your attacks have advantage.
She doesn't know that.
Remember,
Meta gamer.
She's squishy.
She's a cleric of Mishakal. Flex, Amy. What you got? The power of Mishakal
All right, I'm gonna
compels
back
you.
up then on my next turn.
Don't
Bye.
diss on clerks. They can do a lot of damage.
What are you gonna do?
What?
Sacred Flame?
You're in melee. So, wait, that's a dexterity, right? Who are you sacred flaming?
The whip?
Okay. Don't say it like it's a question. I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a 19 on dex.
I
Anything
don't know
happen?
enough about this advantage stuff. Sorry.
Well, a
Okay.
spell that's their save is not advantage. So the sacred flame strikes down
Oh.
that ground. Nothing happens because it moves out of the way. Anything else?
probably should have used my mace.
Definitely should have used your mace. What about your spiritual weapon?
Well, I only have one more slot for that.
No, it can act as a reaction no matter what.
Once it's
Oh.
the casting or summoning it is a spell slot. Actually,
Oh.
utilizing it is not.
So how much can you move it?
So it says bonus action on your later turns, you can move the force up to 20 feet
Right.
and repeat the attack against a creature within 5 feet of it.
So where do you want to move it?
Okay. Back to.
Okay. So who are you going to attack?
Whip.
All right, roll to hit.
Oh, I love that I don't have to. Or that doesn't take a spell slot each time.
That's why it's so great. It's like an extra attack every round. Oh no! All right, that was with yeah. The spiritual weapon still gets advantage.
Us.
Well,
One of us.
Oh, I didn't roll
Yes,
with
it does.
advantage.
No.
I don't know
Do
because
it.
it's not a person. Let's just roll it again.
It's not about the person. It's about the attack. Something is causing attacks against it to be doubly as effective.
The sparkly body.
Do I roll
Yeah.
with advantage?
No, you already rolled once, so
Yeah.
roll again, and we'll choose the higher.
Oh, okay. Please.
Nicely done. So that you, with advantage, your spiritual weapon moves forward and hooks its mouth and just yanks it back a little bit. Give me some damage. Wow. Wow. It is bloodied. It is hurt. And this is a really powerful creature that you guys are fighting too. All right. Anything else, Elowyn?
I think I'm gonna move back a bit.
You're going to provoke opportunity attacks.
Oh, okay, no.
All right. Kuo-toa
gonna
in front
stay
of you
put.
is going to stab you with his spear. He said some bad things. A 16 to hit. You take 5 damages. He jabs you with his spear, yanks it back out. The whip. What did the whip do? What did the whip do? Conjure slimy glob. No, it's not going to do that. Oh, but you have resistance to poison, to piercing, right?
Oh,
Yes.
See, I should not be reminding you of this. So take only half of that. So you take 2 damage instead of 5.
Oh,
Okay.
that might not be what that means. Hold on.
Resistance?
The creature reduces the total damage taken by a d4. A creature can benefit from
Oh,
this spell
all right.
once per turn.
Roll a d4. You might
I
only
shall
take
let
1
you.
damage.
Teacher, is there homework?
Put your glasses
I
on.
won't read it.
All right, so you take 3 damage instead of 5. Not for nothing. It's not bad. The whip is going to use his staff and try to jab at you with it. 23 to hit. You take 9 damage. It is piercing, so roll a d4.
No, once per.
Oh, never mind. You take 9 damage. Again, is there homework?
Is there, what about extra credit?
And you are in grappled condition as this staff comes out. It like clamps on either side of you and holds you still, like shoulder, your arms at your sides.
I have 5 hit points left.
Oh, yeah. It's a good thing Boros backed up. At least he's safe.
Meat shield,
Maybe I
get
should have
over
backed
here.
up.
Lehigh, you're up.
Alrighty. So
got this,
my
Lehigh.
cleric doesn't look good, right?
She looks trapped in a web of lies.
Lies.
I don't know. There's a priest that really likes her, but she likes another priest. And there's a third priest that really wants to get with the priest that likes her. It's a whole thing.
Really? Okay. Oh no, keep going. No. All right. So I am going to, because I'm a big ape thing, once again, look back at Boros and go, "Go over here."
You mean?
And then, no, I can talk in wild shape. Remember?
Okay. Yes, sorry.
Yeah. And I am going to use action fist. Yep.
That's the
That's what
name.
it says. Actions
It's not
fist.
attack,
Mhm.
it's fist.
Nope.
So you're gonna fist the.
Fist. Actually, the 8 makes 2 fist attacks, so I'm gonna double fist.
You cannot double fist a fish. You cannot.
It says I can make 2
It's a
multi
PG-13 show. I'm drawing a line. All right, go ahead.
Fine, I'll do it one at a time. No. So it's a +5
Oh man. The whip.
for my first one. That's a 10.
10 does not
yeah.
hit. It's holding Elowyn. It sort of moves out of the way as you're like.
All right. Now I'll do
Number
it
2.
again.
Was the 10 with advantage?
Oh yeah! Come on,
ooh, okay,
8.
so-
Move on up.
We'll say that was my
14 hits.
14 hits. Okay, so this is still my first fist.
Ooh.
First fist.
Smack him. Give me some damage.
Damage will be. Sorry, I gotta find it. 1d4 plus 3. So my first one. 5.
All right, that's not nothing.
And then my second fist. Nat 20.
Wow!
20.
What? Roll
Yeah.
and then double the physical damage.
At 1d4 plus 3 coming up. 10
Well, not nothing.
to the same one.
So
10
4,
plus
5, 6,
whatever.
7.
15.
15? What are you talking about? You only double the roll damage.
It's combining both the damages into one number.
Oh, I already added the
Up.
first one.
Well,
I'm
10.
doing it as you give it. So this Kuo-toa that's holding on, trapping Elowyn, and you're just pummeling it like King Kong, beating its head in, its big old fish head in with like fish hook rips in its cheeks. It is hurting, but it's holding on with all its might, and its big round eyes are like wobbly, like looking over the other Kuo-toa, and look at this massive ape. It didn't know what you are. It's never seen an ape in its life. It's just like this big thing is smacking me in the head. Freaking out. All right. Anything else, Lehigh?
Nah, no dear.
Boros, you're up, man.
I'm going to poison spray the whip.
Are you close enough for
Dirty
that?
20.
Are you close enough for that? What's the range?
Yeah. 30.
Okay, you're close enough. Dirty 20 to hit?
Yep.
You hit.
That is 11 damage.
All right, how's it die?
It's just going to get this withered green mist just floating towards it, and just encumber it and start blistering and boiling its flesh.
Little fish. You start to smell the scent of fresh cooked fish. And to everyone else,
Yum.
it smells kind of good in like a weird way. You're like, this is gross, but yeah, I might take a little scoop before I leave. You don't know. Might be good. All right, so you killed. I just have to say, that Kuo-toa had the same amount of hit points as 2 of you combined. That's how powerful it was. And you guys just decimated it. All right.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on Elowyn.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
And you get 10 HP back.
Nice. That's really good.
Nah.
He reaches into the power of the heart, and he Care Bear stares healing into you.
And then he runs away.
And then he goes 30 feet away.
Thank you.
No, I am staying where I'm at.
You guys
Also,
are
the
doing great,
baby-
really. Keep it up.
Where is he? He's like up on the hill. The baby fish is Dory. We got little Dory on my
All
back.
right, little on the nose, but okay. Elowyn, you're up.
Is a boy.
Okay. So I
Nice,
still got
edgy.
my spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
I am going to use it.
Are you going to move it or
move
just
it
have it
to a-
attack?
It's in range, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then I'll just attack.
Okay.
Ooh.
Unless you're attacking Boros, in which case it is not in range. All right, give me some damage.
They just don't.
Thank you.
23 is 100% a hit. Nice. Okay. I see you. I see you, spiritual fish hook. You like grabs it, like yanks its gills back, rips one of the gills off, it's sort of like hanging, flopping on the side of its face. You just hear this like sort of squealing scream. Just what about your action?
Who? Me?
No, Elowyn.
Oh, that
Oh,
that was
sorry.
my bonus action. Okay. Sacred Flame.
Okay, so that's a dex action of 14, right?
Mhm.
You got a 3. You call out, Mishakal, help us, please, kill this fish. Let's do this fish fry thing. Lehigh mentioned. The fog swirls out of the way as the light comes from the middle of the sky. Just, ha! All right, well, with 2, it's more like a, but it still hits it. It's still something.
I'll take it.
You're rolling really low. All right,
Yeah.
anything else, Elowyn?
I feel like I should move back, but
You will provoke.
yeah.
You will, yeah. Lelowyn is actually our couple name. Lehigh and
Aw.
Elowyn.
All right, Kuo-toa is going to
Okay, I'm
go.
gonna-
He's going to stab at
Interesting.
Elowyn. 17 to hit. You take 5 damage, or actually roll a d4. This is a new round.
No, once per.
Once per what?
Oh yeah, no, you're right. For a minute.
No,
you're
no,
right,
no.
once per
The
round.
caster told me. No.
No, the caster was mistaken.
Wow.
Already rolled.
You take 1 damage out of possible 5. That's great. As he slices into your finger, you have like a little paper cut. You can't even see the blood yet. You just know it's going to hit eventually. It's going to sting. It's going to sting. You wait for it. It's coming. It'll get you. All right, Lehigh, you're up.
Wait till you cast the spell
Yeah.
hand sanitizer.
That's when
That'll,
it's gonna-
oof.
The lemon juice spell. Son of
Yeah.
a bitch!
You're just cutting garlic, and all of a sudden, oof. All right. So now, I am going to use this advanced ape spell. I think it's called Rock.
What?
Yep.
No.
It's not a spell.
What?
It's called Rock.
Apes can't cast spells. What are you talking about?
No, I was making a jokety joke.
Okay.
I just have Rock as an ability, so I have
Like at like
action
a concert?
Rock.
You just like, yeah.
Yeah. So I go, hell yeah, brother, and then the target has to make a wisdom throw, and if they don't save is really high too, then they spend the rest of their time rocking out, and they have a bandana on for 1d6 rounds.
That's a pretty good spell. It's better than Tasha's
It's a great
uncontrollable laughter, actually.
That's one of my favorite spells.
So what are you gonna do?
Okay, it's throw rock, ranged attack, +5 range. Yeah, I just have 6 rocks somewhere on my.
So
ape
you're
body.
like, I know we don't have squares or anything, but you are attacking the whip
I'm, like,
right
right
next to
there.
him, and so you're like in melee, so you're gonna have disadvantage, even though he has advantage to
Mhm.
hit. So it's advantage with a melee, so you have disadvantage to attack. So that 6 wouldn't have done it.
It's just advantage in
Okay.
general, so it would just be a regular roll.
I'm
Well,
pretty
6
sure you
would
said
be better.
advantage in melee, right?
No, I just said advantage attacks.
Okay. Well, the regular roll of 6 doesn't hit. So you throw a rock at it. It sort of like flies through the foggy darkness. Anything else you
Yeah.
want to do, Ape Kender?
I am looking at my various bonus actions. Looks like all I can do is
You're a
nothing.
jackanape.
What? You take that back.
I take it
I
back.
bite my thumb at you, sir. Thank you.
Alright.
I am going to actually. You know what? I'm going to turn and bite my thumb at Boros. Now I'll end my turn.
Your big ape thumb. Arr. He's like, what is that ape
I may not
doing?
bite my thumb at you, sir, but I do bite my thumb, sir.
Hamlet, nice. Anything else? All right. Boros, you up.
I'm gonna shout at the ape, "Take that back, you foul cur!" as I poison spray. I did not roll that with advantage.
You got 8 or...
That is not with advantage.
Just roll one more. A 16 does
16.
hit. Give me some damage.
High damage, please. 3 damage.
Or 3 damage.
High damage, I'm dead.
Oh, jeez. So, you blow the poison off into the far distance. You see it sort of lope through, like arc through the fog. You sort of lose sight of it, and then you just hear this as it strikes it.
At least I
It's
did damage.
bloodied, but it's still up. Anything else, Boros?
Nope. That is my turn.
Elowyn, you're up.
Okay. Okay, I apologize. I'm still learning. Would it be advantage me attacking because Lehi's by me or no?
No.
Spiritual weapon again.
Okay.
And let's see. Okay. Ow, jeez.
A 10 does not. The fish hook whoops through the air, just whoof, and misses.
Is that advantage?
No, that was
Was that
not
with advantage?
That was not.
Oh, so I don't have advantage.
You
No,
do
you
have
can.
advantage. Roll one more time.
Okay.
Spirit fingers, everybody.
Ooh, yes.
For the spirit weapon.
24 does hit with the fish hook of power.
Spirit fingers first.
Spirit fingers!
Okay.
You have magic fingers.
Oh,
5 damage. Not bad. Not bad. You pull it back. It drops down to one of its fishy knees and then stands back up. Really hurts. Scales falling off. It's hard up. This is your chance, Elowyn. You have your action now. What are you going to do? Are you going to end the fish
Wait.
tyranny? Are you going to make fish sticks? Fish tacos? Filet? Gumbo?
Do it.
What are you going to do?
I couldn't hear that. Spiritual weapon.
You already used your spiritual weapon. What are you going to do on your
Oh,
action?
I mean, Sacred Flame.
Okay. So it's a 14
it's a cantrip I
DC
can keep using.
dexterity.
Oh, wait.
Wait, what?
Is it disadvantaged?
No.
No.
Okay.
All right, so
Yeah,
it makes it
all right.
save.
Okay. Darn it.
The Kuo-toa is going to disengage. 5, 10, 15. And then it's going to use a move and disappear into the fog in the sea. You guys hear a sploosh. Encounter is over. The little baby Kuo-toa starts squealing.
I bring it into the front of me, and I'm still an ape, and I'm just kind of like trying to like, shush it, trying to be all sweet and stuff,
May-
making little
Maybe it likes
cooing
ape milk.
sounds and I'm not lactating right now.
You're a
Okay.
mother. How could you?
Not that much.
So you're still an ape, and you're just calming this little fish baby. It's okay.
It can't see outside of its, thing.
It's
Its
bundle.
little,
Yeah.
its bundle. And the last time it saw it was being nestled in the bosom of a hot fish mother. All right. So it should be relaxed.
Okay. Well, it's still
Wide
fussing.
hip. What?
You're wide-hipped fish mama. All right. So
I
you
can't
guys,
turn into the fish mom again.
you
Okay, I'm
you
out. I'm an 8.
defeated the Kuo-toa. All you have to do now is get to the edge of this harbor and find this damn cave, and maybe you can bring this fish baby prince to the fish king or something. So what's
Where
your
are we
plan?
right now on this map?
We're gonna abstractly say you're about right here.
Okay.
It's really
We're
not
in the
important,
circle
to be
that
quite
I
honest.
drew earlier.
Proceed
All right.
onwards.
I would like to. Can I roll survival or investigation? See if there's any cave-looking things around.
Give me an investigation check. You're gonna have
I
disadvantage
would
with
like
the
to
fog.
investigate.
Ah,
I want to investigate too.
Okay.
2.
So yeah, you're having a really hard time with the fussy baby. Elowyn's like, oh, I think I found a way. There's a ledge right over here at the end of the harbor that if we just narrowly walk across the wet rock ledge, we might be able to find the cave. You go first.
All right, I'll go first. Let's go.
I was calling out Boros, but okay.
I'm
It's
an
very
8.
Kender
If I
just to
fall,
hop
I'm
in.
gonna be able to catch on.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, give me a
Maybe
dexterity
Sushi
check.
and I are,
If you want to use a skill, let me know what it is. But the base is dexterity to try to stay on these wet rocks as you're trying to navigate this narrow precipice across the harbor here. The downfall, if you fail, is you will fall into the ocean.
all right.
and get wet
Dex is
and
plus
cold.
2 for both of the ape
Can I
and
use
I. 'cause
athletics?
You can use athletics, yeah.
I'm gonna use acrobatics. I'm in front. Let me make sure we can all go the way. 15.
Okay.
So with a 15, you like are doing your flips and twists and spins, sort of like Cirque du Soleil craziness. Slip a little bit, but you get yourself. You realize that you did this without any real problem, but this is actually really hard for the normal person. Might not go
Yeah.
so well with the
Yeah.
7-foot-tall demon.
Do I have access to my inventory in ape form?
Well, you have access to your gear comes with you, but it's not like you can manage it because you're an ape.
Like my backpack.
Like it's a
I can't
part
draw a
of you. You know, it's like the transformation thing. It's like a part of you, but you're not actively like, this is my backpack. I'm an ape. I'm going to pull out my stuff and use it because you're an ape. You don't have
Boros,
the same.
Throw me a rope. Boros, throw me a rope and you guys can come this way.
I will grab one end of my 50-foot rope and toss it.
All right, hold on. I need a dexterity throw. Like, give me a dexterity check. Let's see how good of a rope throw at the edge of an ocean with wind whipping by. Yeah, it whips up. It hits the wall. It gets soaked and just drops down to the ocean. The current pushes it back up, and it sort of like dangles limply like an old man. I
I'm
don't
just
need to
going to
finish it.
reel it back in and try again.
Oh.
All right, so Elowyn, while he's
Yeah,
doing
we're
that, is there
just
anything you want to do?
Okay. I have a question. So on my notes on survival, it says one of the things for survival is avoiding natural hazards. Would that fit here or no?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I can roll survival for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just roll high enough. Okay, Elowyn, you're going across. You slip
That was
once.
a
You're like,
plus
"Whoa,
6.
I can do this. I can do this. I can do this." You move a little bit more. Your mace gets caught between a rock, and you slip down. And your little dwarf, your little T-Rex hands are doing their best to clamber on the rocks. And you slip down, and everyone else just sees you disappear into the fog. And you hear this splash as you splash into the water. Boros.
That was my plus 6.
Wow! Boros, what are you going to do? You see the dwarf disappear.
I'm going to throw the rope, or one end of the rope, not the whole rope. I'm clarifying because
Just wadded up into a ball.
Yeah,
I'm
as
gonna
a DM, I would do that to you. I would say, okay, your whole rope is gone?
Going one end of the rope while holding on to the rest to where I last saw where Elowyn was.
Okay. Yeah. Don't
She
die!
doesn't see
We
it in
need you in
fog.
the
It hits her
future.
in their head.
Just thump, knocks her out. She
That's
just
my
sinks.
best stat.
Elowyn drowns. Her sister, also named Elowyn,
future is
appears
altered.
out of the fog.
Okay, so you throw it in. Give me a dex throw. Dex saving
Yep.
throw or dex check.
8.
Right? You throw one
Oh
in.
my gosh. Who cursed us?
I tell you what,
It's fun
Zaboim
nice.
is alive and pissed that you guys have killed so many Kuo-toa. She is getting in your faces, throwing the waves of the ocean against you. You need to pray to your gods, Branchala and Habbakuk and Mishakal, to save your Tukuses because it's not going well. All right,
I'm
so
gonna
that was
use my
Boros.
unicorn
Lehi, you see Elowyn try her best, and it looked like she had it until she didn't, and the waves crashed against her. She slipped down into the water. Boros threw the end of the rope at her, and it caught on his wrist, and it sort of flapped at his feet and dropped down, and you're standing there going, what?
All right, how far is it for me to get back over onto the cliff?
Back to them?
Back to Boros.
It would just be one action.
My whole action?
Yeah, your whole action was to get to where you are, so it would be the same back.
How far down is the ocean, does it seem?
It's coming in and out of waves. At the highest, you're about 16 feet. At the lowest, you're about 25 feet.
All right, I am going...
And it's like
To
rocky
wait.
down there.
Yeah.
We don't even know if Elowyn...
Oh, that's a nat
Survived.
2025 on a survival check that I just rolled.
To
It
do
was
what?
a quiet one.
You have to tell me what
I
you're doing.
am going to wait. I know. I'm going to wait for the crest of the wave. And then I am going to
Engine Joe.
drop into the ocean.
What? Wait,
No,
what?
I'm not. I was going to see if I can swim up to her, but I can't even see her, can I?
No, you just see fog and you hear waves. You feel the wet splash of the salty sea.
Well,
Own it! Whatever you're going to do, just own it. You rolled a freaking 20.
I'm going to try to swim over to her.
Okay, so your ape arms with the little baby fish
It's
strapped
a
on
fish.
you.
He can breathe in the water. He's fine.
You leap off
Yeah.
and just like fly through the air, do this little like superhero dive into the water. We'll find out what happens in 1 second. All right, Elowyn, you tumble and fall, and you just see the waves splash over you. The fog covers everything. You don't see them. You don't see their reactions. You don't see anything. You start sucking in salt water. Give me a where's your mind at right now? What are you going to try to do?
Well, as I'm falling, I'd be trying to reach for anything I might be able
Give me a
to
dex
grab
check.
onto.
Oh no.
The dice hate me tonight.
Natural one, everyone. All right, so you're doing your best. You smack your hand against the rocks, and it just like gives you like this weird kink in your palm, and now you got like this weird funk hand. It's not working right. You're just like, I can't swim with it. And now you realize the old adage is like dwarves like swim like rocks. You're just like sinking, just like, oh, why am I so thick? I'm a dwarf. Blub 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 blub. And then out of nowhere, you hear this. And these meaty arms grasp onto you. Boros, what are you doing?
I'm going to try one final time
So
for the rope.
You can't see anything. You don't know where anyone is. You hear splashes and the waves crashing, and you are pretty sure you hear some like don't sounds coming up from behind you still. And you're just like, come on, baby. Come on. You just throw the rope out to the ocean. Do you say anything as you throw it?
Grab it, goddammit! As I roll a dirty 20.
Okay. Lehigh, you've dove into the water. You don't see anything, but a physical form smacked into you as you hit, and you wrapped your arms around this form, and you're kicking your legs, and you're like pulling this massive weight body up. You breach the air, like the waves for half a second, is right before they come and crash over you again. You're looking underneath a cloud, a blanket of fog right above you. And this rope comes out and just whips you right in the nose. Just drops down right on top of you. Just. So you got this big body in your arms. You got a baby fish on your back. A rope smacks you in the face. What are you going to do?
This poor Kender.
Awesome. Luckily,
This
I
is,
am
this
a
is why
Brit
Kender
now.
saved the world.
Yeah. I am a Brit now. So I use one arm to hold whatever I smacked into, I'm really hoping is my friend, onto my body. And then I take my other arm
It's like some
and
random
my 2
mermaid.
feet,
She's like,
and
whoa!
my 2 feet, and I grab onto the rope, and I hope
Monkey feet.
that my sweet, sweet friend Boros has been fishing enough to know that he's got something on the line.
I wouldn't put that much faith
I
in
don't-
his rope
yeah.
skills.
And I pray to my God. I'm not much of a prayer, so if she hears me, she knows that this means something.
This is a
Habbakuk,
problem.
please,
Habbakuk, hook a brother up. Come on now.
please.
All right. So the waves push up. Your 8 feet latch onto the rope as your arms are wrapped around your new best friend. The waves push you up. Boros, you feel a tug on the rope. I need a strength check.
Is there any rocks that I could use as like leverage to
And
help
in this
me
very
pull?
moment, in order to hold onto the rope itself, I need a strength check.
Okay, strength check.
This is an ape with another body on it. This is a lot. You
3.
get yanked off your feet as you fall into the ocean with the ape, who falls back into the water, holding Elowyn and the fish baby, and it's just swoosh, and everything goes
Wave.
dark for
All
a
part
moment.
of the plan.
You guys
Well, now you
dream
got
of
another child.
futures past as the darkness has wrapped its arms around you.
No.
And you wake up sputtering and puking seawater. And Lehigh, you are 100% convinced that Habbakuk pushed you guys to this little shore that you find yourself on. In the middle of the ocean, you're just like coughing out water, looking around. You don't see any fog. You're not sure where you are, but you see a big cliff face right up above you. You see some dead bodies and some broken rowboat off to the side of you. And you see 2 holes of caves right in front of you.
Oh my gosh, I thought that was it for sure, y'all. Oh boy. Okay, 2 caves,
So,
guys.
you guys are
Y'all are heavy.
freaking out. You're spitting, you're cursing, but apparently you are delivered by Habbakuk thanks to your blessing. And you see these 2 caves. Give me a perception check, please. 20, Lehigh.
Dirty 20.
Wow. Lehigh, you see a 3rd cave. And so does Elowyn.
Secret 3rd cave. Not so secret anymore.
So the 3rd cave is on the other side. So you see 3 different caverns entering into the rock face that you just find yourself on with this dead body in this rowboat. What do you do?
Alrighty. Well, I want to go check out this dead body. See if we can get any clues.
As people do.
Or
Hello, dead body.
or maybe thing. Oh, hey.
It's like all bloated. Its skin is all completely gray. It looks like it's been dead for a long time. It was once a woman, a human woman, but now it's just completely just disgusting and sort of liquefied a little bit. You don't see anything of value on it.
R.I.P.. Dang it. All right. Boros, do you see the third cave?
There's a third cave?
Sweet. Yeah. I feel like we should go into that one. And you seem like somebody who sets traps, maybe who would be good at finding them. You want to go see if there's anything around there that might hurt us?
Such traps. Do you not see the musical instruments that I have?
He's like, I'm a performer.
Hmm. You're not a rogue of any sort?
No.
I mean, he's roguishly handsome.
Mm. Mm-mm. Sweet. So,
Do I
I
have
could
anything
roll
that
does
might
anyone
help?
here have anything that might...
Oh, wait.
Yeah, can we do a survival or a perception check? Maybe see if there's any traps on this cave?
Well, you have to get to the
Secret
cave
cave?
first, and you're surrounded by ocean. You're on this tiny little stretch of
Whoa.
sand. So are you going to swim over to that
Oh,
precarious location over there?
we get it marked on the map real quick. I thought it was on the sand.
So this is the cave
This
that
one?
you didn't
Oh.
notice. This is the big, obvious entrance. And then, of course, there is the less obvious entrance, but you still see it, obviously, here.
Okay. Shoot, I gotta look at some spells real quick. Hold on. You guys do something.
Elowyn, Boros, what you doing?
Okay. Does the boat look like what it looks like in the map, or
Yeah,
is
it's
it more intact?
totally crashed.
Lovely. What do I have that could potentially help?
All right, Elowyn, what are you going to do?
Can I cast
Honestly?
guidance on both of them?
Yeah, what does that do?
I don't know if they'll need it, but I touch a willing creature, so I'd have to do it twice, and it gives them a 1d4
Well, it's a concentration, right?
VS.
It's
So-
visual, somatic, or verbal and
Yeah.
somatic.
Oh wait, no, yeah, concentration.
So you can only do it once.
Okay, yeah. So, I have a feeling the Kender's gonna do something probably. So I'll cast it on her.
All right,
And so
Lehigh,
she
do you
may not
allow
use it.
Elowyn to touch you?
Yeah.
All right. Said
All
a
right,
willing creature.
so-
You have to check. Consent is important,
Okay.
people.
Okay.
It is.
All right. So then I hold the holy symbol between prayer palms and bow as I say, "May Mishakal guide your actions."
You feel
What do I get from that? Sorry.
a bit of like sharpened perspective when she does this.
Oh. And what does that
1d4
mean? Just on a skill check?
Ability. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Yes, let me look.
So
Just
the
really
waves
trying to
are
build
just
these soldiers.
crashing against the rock wall. You hear the cry of seagulls in the distance. You don't see Palanthus anywhere. You don't see any ships anywhere. You see on the horizon of the night as Lunatar is casting its crimson glow on everything, making everything look like it's wearing like you're wearing rose-colored glasses. The waves look like blood flowing, making you think of the Blood Sea of Istar. You're seeing in the distance there's storm clouds that are gathering. I think Zaboe might actually know that you guys survived somehow and is bringing her forces to bear against you. What are you doing?
How long are y'all's ropes? 50 feet?
Don't trust Boros with a
I'm
rope
50.
now. Haven't you
I'm
learned?
not.
Correction, don't trust me throwing it.
You got a 50-foot rope, right?
Mine
Yeah, I
doesn't
got a 50
say.
foot.
I was just told that I got a rope.
Well, if it's not in your inventory,
Well, it is. It just when I
it just says
received it,
rope.
I wasn't told. Yeah,
It does just say rope.
it
Ropes
just
are
says rope.
anywhere from 1 inch to 50 feet. They're generally 50
I don't
feet.
think a rope can be.
Okay.
I was saying it's normally 50-foot rope, right? Okay.
If it's wet and cold, it could be 1 inch. All right, shrinkage. It's a thing.
That's true. Yeah. Not this rope, but some ropes.
I've never met a
we're gonna
rope
tie-
that didn't.
We're gonna tie the ropes together.
In my rope
You're
experience.
gonna give them to me, the monkey, and then
Which
I'm
is
going
always a good
to
choice.
climb the rock wall over to the opening, and we will get over there.
Okay, hold on,
Yeah.
hold on, hold on.
How wild is the water?
It's
Or-
58 feet.
A storm is coming, so it is pretty active. So from the edge of the sandbar, you are 50 plus feet. You know, we got to deal with the vertical height of you climbing also. Is 50 plus feet away from the general entrance to that more hidden cave. If this is what you want to do, I'm going to need a dex check to see how well you tie these.
Mhm.
We can't go back now.
No, we cannot.
Okay.
Not good.
So
Not
you gotta-
good. First one bad.
You're 100% sure that you tied this well. And now I need a strength check or athletics check to climb across this cliff face to the beginning of this secret cave.
Can I double check to make sure the rope knots are good?
You don't trust an ape to tie a rope,
No,
Boros?
always double check.
You're
good to
looking, and it
double-check.
looks like the ape is just like licking one side of the rope, licking another side, and just slapping them together. It's an ape. What are you gonna do? No, it's definitely not tied together well. It's like obviously not tied together well to you. Boros.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Tell me.
Is- you're
Say
not
words.
Your Boy Scout skills are ass or up. Family friendly, are terrible.
Let me try again.
She's like, I'm not a boy or a scout. What are you talking about? I'm an ape. You can't
With
try
advantage,
again.
'cause
That's
my
the
friend
thing.
told me.
That was the as
Can I
best
try
as
to
you could
help
do.
her? Can I try to help?
Boros goes in and helps. If you help Boros, it's going to be with advantage. So Boros, you could roll again. All right. So with an 18, you're convinced you corrected any mistakes that you saw in the rope tying. So now, Lehigh, I need you to give me some athletics as you climb the face of this cliff. We're going to need 2 checks.
Can I do acrobatics?
Yes.
2?
So the first one, you
22.
leap onto the wall and you like climb up. You're using all 4 of your limbs, and you're looking down. You've got the rope in your mouth, the baby on your back, who is just like seeming to enjoy all this sort of shenanigans in the sea, salt air. Now the second one to get over there.
No, it was a 19.
What do you mean it was a 19? It was a 19. All right, so you move side to side. You get over to the edge. You are now 50-ish feet from everyone else. Is the rope just like dangling? Like what was the plan with the other end of the rope?
I'm holding on to it and I'm going to anchor it down.
You guys need to move yourselves. You can't anchor it down because the ape of Lehigh is way up in the air. So you're going to have to just hold on to it as high as it is, and it's as taut as it can possibly be at this point. So you either like have Elowyn hold it while you go across, or you hold it while Elowyn goes across, or like you have to figure out a way to make this work here because you're at your 50 feet. That is the length of the rope.
I
Let's
thought
get
with
Elowyn across first.
I
and
thought
then
with
you can,
2
like,
ropes it was 100 feet.
With 2, it would 100% be 100 feet. That's math. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
There's
math!
math in this.
So, what did you do with the other end, Boros? I'm a scientist.
I'm going to tie a bunch of, or the other end of the rope to a bunch of rocks and wrap it around.
Let me
the
see if
boat.
you have any option of that. This is a pretty clearly
Actually,
brutal cliff
the boat.
face here. No, you don't see anything you can tie it off to.
All these rocks at the. Oh, I don't have.
You
The
want
right
to tie
one.
it to those
Oh.
the little rocks there?
Let me continue.
What?
Tie it to the little rocks. Drag this. Actually, I don't think I'll be able to drag that. Tie
There's a
the
whole
rock
boat
rope.
ship wreck.
Rock rope to the this side of the boat, so it's a little bit more stable than.
So you're not going to be able to use rocks if you do the boat because that's 93 feet, 94 feet. And having 6 feet wrapping around and tying it is going to be your best bet if you're going to use that rowboat.
Grab.
True.
These
grab
rocks wouldn't do
one.
you much good anyway. They're not like big boulders.
Oh
Alright.
no. What I was thinking
Crap.
of was like having like a bigger surface area so that it doesn't just slip out.
Yeah, I mean they're just not. They're not like big boulders or anything. They're just like rocks that have fallen off the wall and dropped down on the ground, and you could literally just pick them up and just toss them in the ocean. That's the sort of state they're in.
Okay, you aren't picking up what I'm putting down then.
No.
How heavy is this boat thing?
I mean, it's a shipwreck that's been here for quite some time. So the wood isn't the strongest. This is a Hail Mary if you're going to tie anything to it.
Oh, I'm reading that book right now. Is there
quick.
anything I see that I could do helpful over here? Is there like a?
I mean, you're holding the other end of the rope.
Yeah. is
I
there
don't know what
tie
you
off?
guys' plan was with the rope in the first place. Like, if you're trying to like anchor it so you can like pull yourselves across, or you just like someone's gonna
Yeah,
hold
just
it while
pull
everyone else
yourself-
pulls themselves in. Like, what was the plan?
Climb over, and that
So-
was like your umbilical cord, your safety guard.
So
So you're
you
still
have
holding
to
on to it
hold
now?
onto the rope for them to be able to pull it in, pull themselves over from your end.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
we're less
matter if
likely
their
to-
end is anchored or not.
Yeah, so we're
It's
less
for
You
likely
guys
when
could
to
we
grab a
leave.
board from the
away.
grab a board from the shipwreck, use that on your feet, and just glide on over here on the ocean, pulling yourself along like
I
a
love that
surfboard.
idea.
Come on, you big
I
bongo
would
babies.
imagine we are leaving through the same entrance.
So the waves are crashing. It looks like the tide is coming in. You're losing inches of the sand bed that you found yourself on the longer you wait.
Okay, we are pulling ourselves on the rope.
You're like, screw it. Let's just go.
I'm gonna see if one of the boards is buoyant enough to hold my weight. Is it?
Are you
Well,
wearing
that's right.
armor?
Yes.
No, it is not. You stand on it and
Okay.
it crumbles underneath you.
Okay. All right. So I think we might just have to tie it like around our waists, hold on, and swim.
What's the strength of this ape form?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Little old me. That's not on a different page. It is a 16 plus 3.
Okay. It's not bad. With a fully armored dwarf, that's going to be tough. With 2 people, that's going to be really tough. So is your
Well, not
plan
really
to
armored.
pull them in, or
We
your
do
plan
one
to
at a
have
time.
them drag themselves to you?
They were supposed to drag themselves to me.
So what are you guys actually doing? Elowyn and Boros, what's your plan?
Dragging ourselves too.
Who's going first?
She can.
All right, Lehigh, give me a strength check.
Yes, sir.
I need a dex check, Elowyn.
Oh my gosh, lucky.
I didn't see what you got.
18.
It was a nat 1.
Oh.
7 plus. If we make it athletics, I get a +5.
But you rolled a natural 1?
I use luck.
Okay. Okay.
And I,
So 15 or wait, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
12.
A 12.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be enough to hold the full weight of Elowyn. Elowyn, you're doing your best. You're like pulling along this rope, and then the rope just goes limp, and you splash into you just sort of sink into the water as the armor starts to drown you just with its sheer weight, and the waves crash you up against the rocks. You take a d4 of damage as you are pushed against the rocks. You take 2 damage, and I'm going to need you to swim back to shore or swim forward. What do you want to do?
Okay, so is she high up or is the cave?
No, she's
if I
high
get
up.
to the cave. Okay, so if I go that way, I don't have a rope to get up anymore, right?
Correct.
Okay. Shoot.
And you're in armor.
How long has it been since I turned into an ape? Better.
It's been
hour?
a while.
About an hour? A half an hour?
It's been about an hour.
I'm not an
You guys
ape
were
anymore.
unconscious for a while. So that's probably why you dropped the rope. Is you turned back into
Yes.
yourself.
That's why. No other reason.
So Elowyn, which way
Okay.
are you swimming?
Well, we don't have a rope anymore, so I think my best bet is gonna be to try to get over there and climb.
All right, give me a disadvantage swim check.
Which one is that?
Athletics check, disadvantage.
Okay.
So you are slowly being dragged down. You're holding your breath at this point. You're moving slowly, but you know you can't keep this up. With this armor on, you're going to drown to death the longer it takes. Boros, what are you doing? You see Elowyn pulling herself, and then the rope go limp, and she just dumps into the deep water. What you gonna do? You muted.
Baffled again, or bamboozled again. Does it look like the rope dropped?
You actually don't see the rope through the water. It's just completely submerged. Like that end of the rope is in the water. You're not sure where it leads.
Okay. I'm gonna use Mage Hand and have it follow the line, like lift it up above the water so I could see if it's still, or if Lehigh still has it, or if it fell into the water. And if it fell into the water, have the Mage Hand bring the other end to Lehigh.
All right, so the mage hand disappears after 30 feet. So as it goes into the water with the rope, it just disappears and dispels.
Ah, crap.
It can't carry more than 10 pounds anyway. So Lehigh, you turn back into a Kender. You're clinging to a rock desperately. You see this massive wild ocean underneath you. You know that whomever was pulling across is in the water too. You're starting to second guess this as being a good choice of going to this cave. What do you do?
Yeah, Can I go deeper into the cave if I turn?
Give me an athletics check if you're going to try to go in the cave. To climb.
15?
Yeah. You climb over and you drop down on solid ground. The waves are still licking at the edge of the cave, but you're on solid ground.
Do I see anything ahead of me? Does
Do
the
you
cave
have
open up?
silent, like, do you have night vision?
No,
What's the distance if you do?
I don't.
Oh, okay. It's completely blackness inside.
Okay, I cast Find Familiar.
And what form?
An octopus.
What's the restrictions on the familiar?
It has to be a challenge rating. It says octopus in one of the options. Bat, cat, frog, hawk, lizard, octopus. Telepathic connection. It can do combat.
Right, octopus are like palm size or like
It's
you know,
just
like
it just says
giant.
tiny.
Tiny. Okay. So you call. What's the duration? Like, how long does it take for the creature to arrive?
I believe it's instantaneous, or at least one. Hold on. One action.
An action. Okay.
Duration instantaneous.
So you call out, asking Habbakuk for aid to bring you a guide, and this little octopus sort of like swims forward and slaps its little tentacles, climbs up onto your sort of waist, and it's looking up at you with its one eye, its little
Hey, bud.
mouth, little beak mouth underneath its 8 arms.
Awesome. Hey, bud. So my friend is out there in the ocean, and she shouldn't be. And there was this rope. I telepathically tell you what a rope is. You're probably a celestial or a fae or a fiend or something. So
It's
you
an
know.
octopus. I mean,
And I can't get it to her. And I need you to please get it to her. Can you try?
so you're asking the octopus to get a rope to her? Because you dropped the rope.
The rope that's. Oh, so
Like,
she
you
has
couldn't
the other
hold on
end
to the
still.
weight of it. What's that?
She presumably has the other end still.
Presumably, yeah.
Okay, then I instead told it to take it to the beach to Boros.
Okay. So the octopus sort of like uses its little suckers and like puts its suckers on your cheek for a second, and then it drops off into the ocean and disappears. Elowyn, what's your constitution?
Uh, 13 with the +1.
13 with a +1. All right. So you're holding your breath as best as you can as you slowly continue to sink further and further under the ground. Give me a swim check. Give me an athletics check to see if you can get anywhere here. You're fighting current. You're fighting weight. You just can't. You're which direction are you trying to move in? Give me a perception check to see
Back
if
to
you know
Boros.
what direction you're in.
Oh, I like that. Okay. These
Okay, you have
dice,
no idea
seriously.
what direction you're going in. I'm going to do a d6. Three. So 1, 2, 3. So you move this far as you try to swim. You're not sinking any further, and you're doing your best. Boros, what are you doing as you're standing on the slowly shrinking shore?
I do still have at least, or is one of the ends still over here? Or
Yeah.
Okay. And with the roaring waves, I can't really hear
No.
Dilly Darn Jack squat. And Elowyn is completely under the surface from my view?
Yeah, you haven't seen her for a little while.
I'm gonna give the rope like a quick, not like a strong pull them back, but like a tug, just to make sure that if I get one back or if I get any form of response, I know they're at least there.
So you like start to pull, and you're pulling a little bit of slack, and then it goes firm, and you sort of like lightly tug that. You can feel there's some resistance. There's something that's got it. Was that all you can do?
Damn it.
Come on, you gotta tell me.
There's without knowing what's actually going on, my character is still going to assume everything's fine and dandy.
Right. All right, Lehigh.
No, there's
All right. Well, I can't do anything to help my friends, unfortunately. I'm a Kender, and I just met them. Are there rocks at my feet,
Yeah, I mean
or is it just sand?
it's like a cave floor, so you got some like crumble rocks from the cave walls and ceiling itself, in addition to the
Okay.
sandy floor.
I'm gonna cast Starry Wisp on one of the rocks and hope that it doesn't just destroy it, and that it will then emit a dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Okay.
Um,
So you cast a spell and you see this glow emanate around this rock.
Wonderful. I grab the rock in my hand and I start to move down the cave corridor.
Oops, wrong one. Hold on. You see that there's a corpse. Dead thing, Mikey. A dead thing.
Yummy.
We don't have enough time. We have a half hour left. Ugh.
I know. Okay. How far can I get?
Oh, I keep hitting the wrong one. Sorry. What's your move? I mean,
30 feet. Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
so you can get up to there. Let me mark your eraser. So you can see up to a point where it's like a T in the cavern.
Alright, I go with my full move and I end my turn.
Okay. So your full move from there would put you right about where you are right now. Yeah, that's good. Okay, Elowyn, you're holding your breath, but panic is starting to hit your lungs and your brain. You're doing your best. Then you see this little octopus fly up and like latch itself onto your face and sort of like walk around the side of your head. And it looks like it's like got a rope on one end. And it's sort of like tapping your face a little bit, almost as if it's trying to get your attention. And then it swims off like toward a direction that you don't know what it's in right now, but it's like swimming off with one end of the rope in some of its tentacles. What are you going to do?
Okay, you said I don't know which direction it went?
Correct. Like you
Okay.
see that it went off in that direction, but you don't know what direction that is.
Oh. Well, this is unusual behavior, so I am going to trust that it means something. Maybe it's Mishakal, maybe it's my friends. So I'm going to try to go in that direction.
Give me an athletics check with disadvantage. Athletics check. Okay. So you're sinking down lower. You see the sort of loose rope moving off in front of you. You have no idea what direction you're going into, but clearly this creature is taking you somewhere. Boros, the rope is like tugging away from you. What are you doing? Boros?
Someone cast mute on him.
Silence.
someone casts silence. How strong is the tug? Is it just like a light tug where
It's like it's moving away
just
from
like
you.
checking to see if like a doorknob is open or unlocked or not?
No, it's
Or is
pulling
it
away
like
from you.
yoink?
Not like with force, but it's clearly moving away from you. You're just like, if your hands are here, they're now there.
Okay, then Boros is just going to continue assuming that everything is still fine and dandy and everything is still going along smoothly.
So what do you do? You're just going to stand there?
I'm just going to wait for a response on the rope to actually move.
Okay, so
Or if the
It's probably
or
your
if
turn
the
to
ground
go.
gets
Huh?
too thin.
okay. So Elowyn, the rope itself that you were holding on to is stopped moving, so you have a choice to make whether you continue to try to swim freely or without the rope, or if you like, what's your plan?
Okay, didn't you say the octopus had a rope?
One
or
end
no?
of the
Did I
rope.
miss- So if I have one end, he has one end, and the octopus.
You're in the
I
middle of a
believe is-
rope.
I have the middle.
You don't
Okay.
fully probably understand this right now because you're like struggling to hold your breath. But you're at a point in the rope where it's not moving. You saw an octopus move one direction. The other direction is like a taut rope that you're holding on to. You have to make a choice of freeing yourself from the rope and swimming after the octopus, or going back to where the taut end is, or doing whatever else you want to do.
I feel that it's taut.
So the rope itself is not moving at all. It's limp on one side, it's taut on the other. If you want to follow the octopus, you cannot swim with the taut rope because it's clearly you can't pull against the tightness of it. So you have to either go to the tight end of the rope, the loose end of the rope, or let go of the rope.
Okay.
If you go to the loose end, you can't
Right.
hold on to the rope anymore because it's clearly too tight. Like it's not giving at all.
Giving.
So instinct tells me I should do the tightrope, but the octopus I feel like means something. So I'm still gonna just trust that this means something. Maybe it's
Okay, so you let go of the rope.
my god. Yes.
Give me a swimming athletics check. Boros, you feel the rope go completely loose. And Elowyn, you swim to the mouth entrance of the cave. And you just breach the water and you're just like, as another wave crashes over the back of you and you're just like fighting for air, just like touching ground, like solid terra firma. And you're just like, yes, I'm alive. Thank Mishakal, I'm alive. Boros,
Drowning resistance.
you don't know what's going on. Oh, Elowyn, you see a little octopus sort of like splat its little arms on the ground. It almost looks like it looks up to you and like salutes, and then it like goes back into the water.
Oh.
So Boros, the
Damn.
rope goes limp. What do you do?
With it going limp, he's going to assume that it is now his turn and going to follow the rope.
So the rope is completely limp. You can pull on it and whatever. And it's just coming right to you. So you're going to have to swim if you're going to go that direction.
How would with that knowledge of like it's not connected to absolutely anything, could I just climb the rock side?
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Athletics. Not acrobatics.
You can use that. That's fine.
Sweet. 19.
So you start to slowly climb. You're leaping over edges, being really pretty risky, but you feel pretty confident because this is a skill set that you've developed over the years. It's basically half movement as you're climbing across this. I'm going to need one more for you to get to the mouth.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Dirty 20.
Nice. So you move yourself over. The waves are crashing up as the tide is rising, splashing against your feet. You slip once, but you feel pretty good, and you get over, and you're like looking down at Elowyn, who is standing at the opening of a cave. Lehigh, what are you doing? Some time has passed.
Do I hear some scrambling behind me?
Give me a perception check.
There it is. Oh my gosh, 7.
No, everything's sort of echoing around here. I mean, you're having a hard
Alright.
time hearing pretty much anything.
I want to go back and check for my octopus. That's a reason to go back towards the mouth of the cave.
Okay. So as you move back, you find Elowyn standing there, and Boros is climbing down off of the cavern wall.
Oh, my sweet, sweet friends. I knew you would make it. Hello.
You see the octopus
I've
sort of
scouted
like
ahead.
floating on the surface a little bit of the waves as they lap up against the cavern.
I scoop them up and I go, keep an eye on the babe for me. And now it's a nursery octopus. I'm just gonna keep an eye on the little baby for me.
It sort of slaps its
Wishy
way
and
over to the
Dory.
little baby. All right, so what are you guys going to do? What's your plan?
All right, I think we'll go up here and there's a T shape, and I think we should go to the right straight, not go left.
The right
I was
tunnel?
gonna follow.
Is everyone okay with that?
I go
Yep.
up here to illuminate.
I'm still recovering, so I'm just following.
Nah, he's like, I'm alive. I'm happy. So as you start moving up the tunnel, you start hearing that sort of familiar language that none of you really understand. That's and as you start moving forward with your little glowing rock, you see these 3 Kuo-toa step out of the darkness and slowly approach you. Sort of timidly, the 2 in front have their spears leveled out, unsure and wary. What do you do?
Kender pocket search.
Okay. I need to find that. Where's the Kender pocket grab?
This is why I do it, folks. I like to make them find tables.
Kender pockets. All right, pocket grab is a D100. Let's do the D100. Don't be ball bearings. 91. And
This is where the
91
left
is a
ball bearing
useful
comes
map.
from.
Ooh.
So you're
Awesome.
rummaging through your pockets. You pull out this parchment and you open it up, and it actually looks like a map that you feel pretty confident might be this pirate cave for some insane reason. Like, we could explore this at some future point.
Wonderful. I look forth at them and I say in common, druidic, draconic, and halfling, hello, 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 hello. Covering
And it
our
echoes,
bases.
hello, 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 down through the caverns. And they
Just
sort of
seeing
like
if
look at
anyone
each
knows
other.
any of those.
And the one behind the 2 guards up front. You clear your throat? What's the...
I
By any chance,
give him a thumbs up.
Levi, did you understand anything that was just mentioned?
Nope, I'm trying something else.
Each of you give me a perception check.
Perception.
You've been really dice heavy recently, you know that? And it's just not going well for us. 8.
Boros
Yes.
and Elowyn, you notice that each of these Kuo-toa have necklaces that have that scale with the octopus arms wrapped around it, hanging from their necks.
So it's probably safe that they're fellow kin of the prince baby.
Little Havana, that was a familiar octopus. So what do you guys do?
I'm gonna
I'm
point
gonna-
out to her the necklace and maybe
Hmm?
show him the baby.
They have similar
you think?
necklaces to the baby.
I have the octopus, and since we are within 100 feet of each other, I think we're close to each other. We are telepathic. I have it bring me the brooch that the baby's wearing.
I mean, it's on your body. I mean, you can just grab it, but the octopus will bring it to
Alright.
you.
Yeah, I have the octopus bring it to me because it's kind of a flex.
Okay.
Agreed.
And then I hold it up to them. Not the octopus, the brooch.
So as you hold it up, the physical reaction is immediate. The two guards like drop the spears and sort of look at each other and look back at the Kuo-toa behind it, and the Kuo-toa behind it just sort of like moves its arms and pushes the two out of the way and approaches you. It starts making these guttural sounds. Where's Prince?
It said prince, so
What is your
it is
intention?
100% talking about the baby.
Shh.
Give.
What's the
Prince.
intention?
He like reaches for his medallion and he faces it toward you. And it's the same one that was in the brooch on the baby and on the Kuo-toa that gave you the baby.
All right, well, I just got this baby, but I bring forth Dory, the explorer, and I just kind of cradle, and I'm hesitant to give it over because we did a lot of killing for this baby, a lot of sneaking, and a lot of drowning.
That's true. So you do what again? You just bring it forward?
I just reveal the baby and just kind of like look at it and
See how they react.
see the vibe
He
check.
moves he like sort of like lops his body over to it, clearly not comfortable walking on land, and he reaches his arms out toward it to grab it. Do you stop him?
Does the baby recognize him?
I would like to.
The baby doesn't really react much, to be honest. It's sort of like, between crying and just enjoying the ride. It's sort of like the baby from Willow, Laura Dannon.
I don't know, but I let him take the baby.
How dare you?
Oh, I was gonna roll insight to see their motives.
Roll insight, and if it's bad, I'll start doing some murdering.
Some Kender death. The Kender is a druid, little Havana.
21.
All right, 21. This
are
is
good motives.
clearly a compassionate reaction.
Okay,
All right.
cool.
I'll
Coolsies.
communicate that to her.
Coolsies.
I
So
think they have
you
good
allow him to
intentions.
grab the baby. You don't try to resist.
I believe as he's reaching for the baby, she'll put her hand on my back as if to say like, this is fine. Allow
Right.
this. Be cool. Be cool.
So it like lifts up the little baby and makes it a little, and he's like, and just brings it in close, and looks up at you and turns its shoulder and walks up to the other guards, hands the baby over to the other guards that then also grab it and turn around and start moving deeper into the tunnel. And he stops and he turns around and starts slapping his little fish feet, Kuo-toa feet over to you. And you see him reach down, pull out his scroll case, and he holds it in his hand for a minute and looks up. Oh, grateful. And he hands it over to you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
You now have a mysterious scroll.
Yeah, what's it do?
So he disappears into the darkness. The scroll case is just a scroll case. Do you open
I
it?
open the scroll case.
So it looks like there's a parchment inside.
They gave us paper, guys. No, I look
It's
at
on
the
the paper.
Iris.
It's nice parchment.
So you open up the parchment, and it looks like a map from Palanthas leading to an island with some sort of marking in draconic for spare egg storage and treasure.
Can we montage this in the next 10 minutes, please?
We're going to have to play that on another one shot. That is it for this one-shot adventure
I had to text Robert.
of Tyranny of Dragons. Thank you all so very much for tuning in and joining us. I had so much more opportunity, but again, with one shots, you never know how quickly or slowly they're going to go. And so I thought this was a great way to sort of tie it all up. That's it for the Session 8 of Dungeons & Dragons 2024 heavily customized Tyranny of Dragons live play. I would like to thank the players for joining me and making this an entertaining session. And for those of you watching, what do you think of the adventure thus far? What do you think of these little flashbacks or side treks for Tests of High Sorcery? When we can't have the full group together, we have to figure out another way to have some fun, tell a deeper backstory between character interaction, and build the world at large. Let us know what you think by leaving a comment. You can also, of course, email me at info@dealsaga.com. I would like to take a moment and remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, ring the bell to get notified about upcoming videos, and click the like button. This all goes to help other Dragonlance fans learn about this channel and its content. This channel is all about celebrating the wonderful world of the DragonLance Saga. Thank you so much for joining in that celebration. So for everyone here, my name is Adam. This is DragonLance Saga. Slanjavar.